meditate on this. The subconscious mind is like a black hole. It's a vacuum. It pulls in everything that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious mind exist on the human body, in the human body. Some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you can receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind, so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. The things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind. Now that we know we have to program the subconscious mind, do that consciously, the next question becomes, with what? I believe we need to start with music. Music is very natural. Everybody loves music. They're even treating dementia with music, because music can take you to the past, bring you to memories, the vibe. Everything is just seems to come into focus clearly. It's easily visualized when you put music and have a soundtrack to your life. And so what type of music do we listen to? You know, it's part of our daily ritual. It's part of our daily dealings and programming the subconscious mind. The type of music we listen to is very important. And think about quality of thought. Is your music going to nurture the idea of quality of thought? Or is it ratchet? Is it supremely ghetto? Is it trash? Or is it breathing life into you? Right? It's the difference between listening to, you know, something that's promoting death as to something that's promoting life. Looking at some of the neurological effects that happen when you listen to certain types of music, nourishing the brain with that type of music. The TV shows you watch, the movies you watch. What type of shows do you watch, and how are you inspired by them? What are the images that are being implanted in your subconscious mind from the movies and TV and the media that you watch, from the things you watch on YouTube, etc., etc. If you look at one of those controversial stories about TikTok, I said that Chinese people, or the Chinese Communist Party, whatever, has a different algorithm than the one for the Western nations. The one in the Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks and all types of silly stuff. And China's algorithm is showing kids completing puzzles and doing math. These are the things they're promoting because they understand the programming of the subconscious mind is very important for the future of your people and where they're going. So with that same concept in mind, you know, what type of media are you always being influenced by? What type of media do you constantly force yourself to be influenced by? You know, what if we saw images of love all the time instead of images of destruction, war, etc., etc.?
What type of media is Hotep Jesus influenced by?
I like the old stuff. I like the classics. Mostly written work, literature. That's the type of stuff I listen to. I listen to a lot of lectures. You know, one of my favorite lecturers is John Henry Clark, Dr. Kaba Kamene. Those are like two of my faves. I like listening to scholarly work, scholarly teachers. I go to bed to chess videos. But I also need some gangster in my life. You know, I'm not perfect, but I need some, you know, I need some cartel gang member, you know, type programming. This is, you know, that's the stuff I happen to like. You know, I like violent movies. I like heists. I like heist movies, like The Italian Job and Ocean's 11 and, you know, those types of things. I like military movies. Like, I thought the new Top Gun was amazing. But I also try to be conscious of what I'm seeing, and so, you know, what's clear is we're gonna come across some content that is not going to nurture quality or high quality of thought. So what we have to do is we have to wrap this stuff with labels. So what you can do is when an image appears before your subconscious mind, what we can do is we can frame it. So when it gets embedded and it gets stored within your mental hard drive, it's filed in a folder, you know, marked bad, marked good, marked to question, marked, you know, you can label these things. So sometimes when things come into our subconscious mind, we don't frame it, we don't put a label on it. I think we have to say, okay, if I'm watching a movie and they're murdering people, let's say for instance, as we're watching this, we got to label that bad. This is bad. This is no bueno, right? And even some labels that your personal opinion might weigh in on, and how you manage this stuff logically. So even though everything is going to be received by your subconscious mind, and some things you may enjoy, some pieces of content you may enjoy, it's very important to frame that stuff and label that stuff. So when it gets into your subconscious mind, your subconscious mind knows, okay, this is this and this is that. So it knows clear difference. It's not just sitting there to be sprouted later on in the wrong manner or intent. What is your receptivity? Are you receiving the signals, or are you only transmitting them? You have to tune your inner radio to receive messages, not only send them. Sometimes we get caught up with our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is constantly sending signals out to the universe, to God, to friends, family, etc., etc. But sometimes you have to reset yourself and come back to zero and just say, I'm not intending to send any messages, I'm intending to receive them. I call it no mind. I've spoken about this in the past. I want to open up the mind, enter a state of receptivity, to receive the signals, to be imbued by God. Messages, prescient visualizations, to be omniscient. All these things are made possible by entering a receptive state, by dismissing the world and all of its physicalness, dismissing the world and all of its 3D-ness, dismissing the matrix, forgetting you are of this physical dimension. Dismissing all of that, obviously easier said than done, but moving away from all of these things, dismissing them from their mind. And the easiest way to do that is to actually distract yourself. You have to distract yourself with the senses. It's much easier to enter a state of receptivity when you're out here and you have the breeze blowing against your skin. That's easy to meditate on. When you have the waves you can look at, the seagulls passing over your head, the sun and the way the sun shimmers off the surface of the water, the clouds, the people, all these things, if you allow them to, will open you up to receptivity. They make you receptive. In order to turn off your brain, you got to turn on your 5 senses. Or when I say brain, I mean that conscious mind sending signals and trying to enter a state of receiving the signals. For example, you can't eat and think at the same time. You're either tasting your food or you're thinking. You can't do both at the same time. You can do intervals. You can think and then taste, think and then taste. But while you're tasting your food, the only thing you're thinking about is, this food tastes good. You only think about the food. So sometimes I like to hijack my subconscious when I don't have an environment like this. or hijack the conscious mind with a teaspoon of honey, a tablespoon of honey. That taste completely absorbs your conscious mind and focuses it in because that taste is just so full. So that's another way to hijack the conscious mind and put yourself in a place of receptivity. But the lesson here is remembering that in order to enter receptivity, sometimes you have to distract yourself, but distract yourself with those natural things that exist all around us. Enter a state of receptivity.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Two, one, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
What's up, people? I'm back on the Grift. You think I wasn't going Grift today? You think I wasn't going Grift today? Told you, man. I'm dedicated to the Grift. Remember yesterday I was trying to figure out what it is I had to do today. And you know what that thing was? I had to drop my daughter off at school. How do you forget something like that? I knew it was family oriented. I'm like, family is bookmarked in my head for tomorrow. I forget what it was. But yeah, so we moved her back into college this week, today. And yeah, so she's gone back to school. Sad, sad, sad. Me oldest. So, yeah. Me oldest is gone. Sad day. But life goes on. So I wish her all the best. Yeah, such a bad dad. Totally forgot. Went to go see Chappelle's show last night. Tonight, Rick's in the chat. Went to go see Chappelle last night at Madison Square Garden. It's a Netflix special. I got roasted. Here come Uncle Hotep. He loves to hear himself talk. My biggest haters in the house. You know, I couldn't leave y'all without a grift on a Saturday. And we're going to open up phone lines, too. We're going to run through the Grift Report in 1 hour. We should be done by 9:15, if not sooner. And then we'll open up phone lines. We'll open up phone lines, and then we'll have a chat with each other. You don't look old enough to have a college-age daughter. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I was young when we had her. I was a young 20-year-old kid. Lord knows it. Chad's got some clips. Is it clipped at the front for you? It's supposed to be on there. Yeah. Leah, Pit Viper only accepts sponsorship requests by what? And I asked Unc if he's into it. Gonna try to pull it together with some of the talented Hoteps. Or the whole network. What's VHS? What the hell is VHS? They can't be talking about the tape. Tonight did a phenomenal job at Hotep Con. But without further ado, let's dive into the Grift Report. All right, here we go. Let y'all see what's in the bag. See, they've been shooting up. Me and Goldstein were talking the other day. We said, what's going to happen following this? There's a lot of distractions this week. So you figure, a false flag of some kind was going to happen. I'm not saying this event is the false flag, but we know an event would happen. I'm not sure how big this event is, but we'll take a look at that. I haven't looked at it. We got some AI grifters, people pretending they're a woman. We're going to take a look at that. Some Ukraine gaffes. We got some Tucker in here. We got some conspiracy videos. Y'all out here trying to cancel Oliver Anthony. I want to get to the bottom of that. Ilhan Omar posted his tweet. He really is about that thug life. We're going to talk about that. Laura Luma posted this. She said niggas drink Hennessy. So we're going to take a look at that. But I want to start out with my girl Candy. Let's go to my girl Candy. Tastes like candy.
Was not in.
Let's see. So PragerU is still on the critical race theory, slavery grift. Let's see what they done did now.
Here's the first thing you need to know. Slavery was not invented by white people. It did not start in 1619 when the first slaves came to Jamestown. It existed before then. It did not start in 1492 when Columbus discovered the New World. In fact, when the intrepid explorer landed in the Bahamas, the native Taino tribe hoped that he would help them defeat their aggressive neighbors, the Caribs. The Caribs enslaved the Taino and, on occasion, served them for dinner. Slavery existed in Africa.
Damn, she out here telling all the brown folk business. What about this black on black crime, she said?
Asia, and the Middle East. The word slave actually comes from the Slavs of Eastern Europe. Millions of them, all white by the way, were captured and enslaved by Muslims in the 9th century and later by the Ottoman Turks. Slavery existed when the Roman Empire controlled the Mediterranean and most of Europe from the 1st through the 5th centuries. Slavery existed when Alexander the Great conquered Persia in the 4th century BC. It was so common that Aristotle simply considered it natural. The slave master model was just how the world operated in the great philosopher's day. Slavery existed during the time of the ancient Egyptians 5,000 years ago. As far back as we can go in human history, we find slavery.
Ah, shit. Do not show this to Shaka. Do not show this to Shaka. They done depicted slaves in ancient Egypt as black. They ain't show us no black pharaohs, though. Lord have mercy.
As renowned historian John Steele Gordon notes from time immemorial, slaves were a major item of commerce. As much as a third of the population of the ancient world was enslaved. Here's the second thing you need to know. White people were the first to formally put an end to slavery. In 1833, Britain was the first country in the history of the world to pass a Slavery Abolition Act. They were quickly followed by France, who in 1848 abolished slavery in her many colonies. Then, of course, came the 13th Amendment in the United States Constitution. After centuries...
Wait, how you just skip over Russia like that? They just skipped over
colonies.
Russia?
Then, of course, came the...
Russia was 1861.
13th Amendment in the United States Constitution. After centuries of human slavery, white men led the world in putting an end to the abhorrent practice. That includes the 300,000 Union soldiers.
The white man ended slavery, take. Goldstein said white sent a blackface to inform the others they were slaves. Oh, man. She said they were the first Euro countries to do it, not the first ever. Yeah, Goldstein, you're right. You're absolutely right. Said Rumble's having issues. We're Hotep TV on Rumble.
Overwhelmingly white, who died during the Civil War. Now, am I saying that this makes white people better than anyone else? Of course not. My purpose here is to simply tell the truth, and the truth is that human history is complicated. No one, regardless of skin color, stands guiltless. Yet today we are never told to consider the murderous Persian Empire or the cannibalism of indigenous tribes of North and South America or the heinous act.
Damn. The cannibalism of the indigenous tribes of North and South America? Hold on a second. We're going to have to take a trip down memory lane. Let's go. I might be wrong on this, but let's type in Jamestown, VA, cannibalism. Oh, it popped right up. Look at that. See, they like to make black people look like they were the cannibals. See right here, starving settlers in Jamestown Colony resorted to cannibalism. The harsh winter of 1609. This is way before America becomes America. Whole century, almost two. Harsh winter of 1609 in Virginia's Jamestown Colony. This is according to Smithsonian Magazine. For its residents to do the unthinkable. A recent excavation at the historic site discovered the carcasses of dogs, cats, horses, consumed during a season commonly called the starving time. But a few other newly discovered bones in particular, though, tell a far more gruesome story. The dismemberment and cannibalization of a 14-year-old English girl. It's not even what they're eating people, they was eating little girls. The chops to the forehead are very tentative, very incomplete, says Douglas Owsley, who analyzed the bones. Then the body was turned over and there were 4 strikes to the back of the head, one of which was the strongest and split the skull in half. A penetrating wound was then made to the left temple, probably a single-sided knife, which was used to pry open the head and remove the brain. Much is still unknown about the circumstances of this grisly meal. Or Greasley Mill. Who exactly the girl researchers are calling Jane was. Whether she was murdered or died of natural causes, whether people participated in the butchering or was a solo act. But as Owsley revealed, along with lead archaeologist William Kelso today at a press conference, direct evidence of cannibalism at Jamestown. All right, so that's one account of cannibalism at Jamestown. I want a WikiLink. Colonial cannibalism. Here it is right here. 6 different accounts from Jamestown, the first permanent English colony in the New World. Describes episodes of cannibalism among colonists. Putting this right on your screen, you see it here. There's several accounts here. During the brutal 1609-1610 war that caused mass starvation amongst 300 settlers. You're talking about Jane here, cannibalism in the American colony. Let's see if we can get a wiki link. Starving time. Here it is, Wikipedia. Starving time. That's what you got to search. Now we know. Known is half the battle. All right. Let's fix this, so we never have that problem again. All right, let's dive into it, people. Let's see what the studies say. So there's a starving time. We already covered 1609, 1610. 500 Jamestown residents at the beginning of winter. By spring, only 61 remained. So from 500 to 61, the colonists, the first group, of whom had originally arrived on May 13, 1607, had never planned to grow all of their own food. Their plans depended upon trade with the local Powhatan tribe to supply them with food between the arrivals of periodic supply ships from England. Lack of access to water and severe drought crippled the agricultural production of the colonists. The water that the colonists drank was brackish and potable for only half the year. Potable. A fleet from England, damaged by a hurricane, arrived months behind schedule with new colonists, but without adequate food supplies. On June 7, 1610, the survivors boarded ships, abandoned the colony site, and sailed towards the Chesapeake Bay. There, another supply convoy with new supplies, headed by newly appointed Governor Francis West, intercepted them on the lower James River and returned them to Jamestown. Damn, so he sent them back. He said, take your ass back. White trash, go back. Within a few years, the commercialization of tobacco secured the settlement's long-term economic prosperity. There is historical, scientific evidence that the settlers at Jamestown had turned to cannibalism during the starving time. Okay. Hunger and cannibalism. So my stomach gets wheezy reading some of this stuff sometimes, so I'm not going to dive into it. But all you got to do is research the starving time, right? So this is the thing they do. They like to make it seem like, you know, oh, it's the brown natives that were practicing cannibalism. No, white folks was too.
Actions under the imperialistic Muslim, Chinese, Mongol, or Japanese empires, to name just a few. Instead, we're told that slavery is a white phenomenon. And like all persistent lies, this lie spawns a bunch of other lies. On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions.
Let me check on the chat. All I hear is whataboutism. The white folks ate each other too. Thank you, Uncle Hotep. You know, you can't talk bad about white folks. Uncle Hotep gets his panties in a bunch. Jabari Judy said, don't forget the book, The Delectable Negro. Uh-oh. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. See, Jabari, he adds to the conversation. Unc likes to detract. You know, typical Shine shit. The Delectable Negro. Oh, man. Let's see. New York University Press. What does it say about the book? Can we get a description? Man, we can't get a description. All right, let's see. Let's see what Wiki says. Delectable Negro. See what it says here. I've not read this document. The book explores the homoeroticism of both literal and figurative acts of human cannibalism that occurred during slavery in the United States. Oh, my Lord. Here we go. Now, see, this is the difference between, and I wanted to bring this up, but I decided not to because I didn't have any examples. But now that I have examples, I'm going to bring it up. Slavery in America was much different than slavery across the world. I mean, it was definitely gruesome under the Arab rule, but it got ugly when white folks, mostly poor white folks here, had owned slaves. They didn't know what to do with them. Woodward examines the sexual nature of documented instances of flesh eating and details the various mannerisms of consumption whereby Black Americans are metaphorically or actually eaten. In the book, Woodward defines consumption as a range of parasitic practices, including institutionalized hunger, seasoning rituals, and sexual modes of consumption. So Harriet Jacobs and Frederick Douglass talk about how Nat Turner his flesh was turned into medicinal grease. Let's see here. He writes that when Black Americans describe instances of cannibalism, they try to understand why and how they had become so delectable, so erotically appealing to a nation and a white populace that, at least rhetorically, denied and despised their humanity. Intersection of the transatlantic slave trade, the consumptive appetites of white people. While white cannibalism was widely reported in accounts of enslaved Africans from the 16th century up through the 19th, previous scholarship largely dismissed the accounts as superstition or unfounded indigenous terrors. Woodward validates Black accounts offering evidence of punishment rituals, including instances of slave holder forcing enslaved people to eat the broiled ear of a member of their community. So forced cannibalism is happening here. Slave owners' culture of honor is bolstered by the consumption and sexualized brutalization of enslaved people. He offers an interpretation of, I really want to read the book now. Might be a hard read, but now I want to read the book. So it says here, he links the heteronormativity and anxiety around homoeroticism, evident within the 1960s Black radical movement, to the legacy of rape of Black men during slavery. So not only was they raping Black men, it says delectable Negro, chain gang oral sex scene from Toni Morrison's novel Beloved. Oh my God. Toni Morrison be wilding sometimes. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to read this book because pause. Thank you, Jabari. See, Jabari, he adds to the conversation. Doesn't take away. Soulful Glam said it's a disturbing book. All right, so I'm going to have to pass on that. The Holodomor? Yeah, absolutely. A lot of starvation occurred and cannibalism occurred in Europe. Tonight said the delectable Negro is wild. Chattel said shrimp and Negroes. Come on, man. Shrimp, potatoes, and Negro. You guys are terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, let's go back. Let's let Candy, let her finish.
About how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came.
Oh, here we go.
This lie spawns a bunch of other lies. On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise. I wish any of this were true, but it's not. It's a fantasy.
Oh. Oh shit. You Negroes was slaves and you was not pharaohs. That's a fantasy. Oh, wow. Uncle Hotep, where you at? Uncle Hotep, give me some whataboutism now, nigga. Oh, man. I can't call Shaka because he's gonna talk my head off for an hour. I'm gonna call him later because I do want to get the phone calls. This is wild. What? I just got the weirdest text message just now. They said if we want a sponsorship, we got to submit a VHS tape. Submit a VHS tape? How? Bro, did she just kill? Oh, I gotta play that again. Maybe I heard it wrong.
Extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise. I wish any of this were true, but it's not. It's a fantasy.
Yo, Prager, you on some shit. Tell these Candace, need to go out there, Tell these niggas they was slaves. Tell them they was cannibals. White man saved their life, and they ain't never been kings. Damn. Prager, you? Oh, man. Oh, wow. All right, this might be white supremacist propaganda. I don't use that term ever. This is definitely white supremacist propaganda. Oh, my God.
The truth is that Africans were sold into slavery by other black Africans, and in many cases, sold for items as trivial as gin and mirrors. Whites didn't go into the interior and round up the natives. They waited on the coast for their black partners to bring them black bodies. The stark reality.
I don't know. I think we got footage of Europeans going in and rounding up black bodies. I think we got footage of that. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see. Oh, I remember me and Uncle Hotep were trying to find this clip before. We couldn't find it. This was old YouTube. This is when YouTube was good. Oh, man. This is when France was sitting next to the Moors. And the Moors backstabbed the locals. And they was rounding them up. I'm not going to find it. That clip is old. All right, let's go back.
Is that our lives had very little value to our ancestors.
Damn. Our lives had very little value to our ancestors. Wow. Wow.
Here's the third thing you need to know. If you think slavery is a relic of the past, you're wrong. There are some 700,000 slaves in Africa today, right now. That's the lowest estimate that I could find. Other sources say there are many more. For context, that's almost twice as many slaves as were ever brought to the United States. Child soldiers, human trafficking, forced labor. These are the conditions that currently exist within the same sub-Saharan region where the transatlantic slave trade originated. African bodies are being sold today like they were sold then. And no, they are not being purchased by any country of white men. In fact, slavery, by any traditional definition, is exclusively practiced today within non-white countries. But we hear almost nothing about that. Just like we hear nothing about how slavery was universal until good people in Europe and America ended it 2 centuries ago.
Good people. Good people in Europe and America ended slavery. Oh, this is some good shit. Good people? All right.
Why? Because our so-called leaders, black and white, wouldn't profit from it. Black victimhood is nothing if not profitable. It elects politicians and funds racial grievance groups. And if black Americans began to view themselves as partners in the American dream?
Oh, you niggas better become Americans. You niggas better raise your flag. You was slaves, you was not kings, you was cannibals, but you better raise that American flag. You better love this white man's country. You better be a patriot. It's some good propaganda.
If we embraced the patriotic spirit that holds...
Oh, man, you better embrace the patriotic spirit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. If you just embrace the patriotic spirit of America, all of your woes will be solved. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. What an amazing leap. You don't have to be slaves anymore. All you got to do is embrace the patriotic spirit.
All men are created equal. The patriotic spirit that is our real heritage.
Oh, that's our real heritage. Fuck that lineage to Africa. This is our real heritage. America.
And the race hustlers would soon be out of business. And who wants that? I'm Candace Owens, author of Blackout for Prager University.
Oh,
thank you for watching.
Oh, my. Woo. Shit. How much you think Candace got paid? Well, I think she's on salary over there. I think she's on salary at PragerU. Anytime somebody says sub-Saharans anything to do with Africa, they on bullshit. Yeah, that's true tonight. That's true. You said you bet the comments under this video are wild. Oh, we should go look at the comments. Good idea. Let's go look at the comments. PragerU, Candace Owens, slavery. Let's see if we can find it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. This was published 2 years ago. All right, let's see if we can look at the comments. In the UK, we learned about this. All slavery carries out claims to own. And the premise, King Leopold's ghost. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about King Leopold. King Leopold, that's the Ma'afa. Hundreds of millions of black people were destroyed. Damn, I didn't even have to go to the France thing. I could have just went to King Leopold. I'm slipping on my African studies. So it says here, King Leopold's Ghost, a story of greed, terror, and heroism in colonial Africa. It's the best-selling popular history book by Adam Hochschild that explores the exploitation of the Congo Free State by King Leopold II of Belgium between 1885 and 1908, as well as the large-scale atrocities committed during that period. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody here says, isn't Haiti technically the first country to abolish slavery in 1803? Several U.S. states. Yeah, that's also true. Several U.S. states were before, did abolish slavery before England and the rest of those. Is that this were savages from Africa. The Atlantic slave trade was started by the Portuguese in West Africa. 15th century coincided with the collapse of the Songhai Empire in West Africa in a war that created many enslaved. These were sold to Portuguese slave sailors. Okay, now here's some good history. This I know to be true. Can you guys see this? Okay, so Portuguese sailors exploring the coast of Africa. Chronicles of Guinea, written by Zuara, describes their arrival in southern Portugal, and the most impressive thing is that despite the times, he actually expresses aversion to the practice. But at the time, the Pope himself allowed the enslavement of these people. In Austro-Africa, in the kingdoms of Congo and Luanda, there is evidence they competed to sell slaves. A letter from the king of the Congo urges the Portuguese king to give preference to trade with his kingdom. Yeah, that's also true. A painting, Lisbon, black noblemen in the street. There were nobles from the kingdom of Congo. They were not victims. They were active participants. Also true. When the Pope turned on slavery, century abandoned slavery. Now, this is also true. Now, I just don't understand how, like, people post this, like, African kingdom thing, but we wasn't kangs. It's like, well, you're not going to talk about, like, if we're going to talk about people who sold the slaves, call them kangs. Call them what they was. Why didn't you call them kingdoms and empires? Why didn't you do that? Why did you only speak about the Turks? Revisionist history all around the board. Mongol Empire. I'd love to see a Dave Chappelle reaction video. Haiti was the first country to abolish slavery. They can't tell you that. They can't put that in a PragerU video, bro. Somebody said this video should have 10 million views. Really? Really? This is crazy. This is wild. Well, you know, that's what you can do when you have money. When you have money and you have power, you can just rewrite history. Just kind of how it goes. Let me check on the chat. Absolutely wild. That video is mind-blowing. Egypt is in Africa, thus there were pharaohs and kings. Yeah. Absolutely. Let me check on YouTube. King Leopold invented concentration camps. Oh man. Don't forget Cecil Rhodes. Indeed. Don't get Mo Facts. Mo Facts in the chat. Don't get Mo Facts started up. There's a Cecil John Rhodes. Oh. This the motherfucker going in and doing the mining. Yeah, that's South Africa. Yeah, also true. And she did say that in the video, like, oh, white people ain't did nothing. They didn't do nothing. Those good people. Where did she say that? She said something about, like, something about, like, Europeans basically didn't do nothing.
Stark reality is that out to out. If you think slavery, like the 1,000 a day, that's almost within almost nothing. Because our so-called leaders, if we invent these empires, to name just the truth, and the truth is that human history is complicated. No one, regardless of skin color, stands guiltless. Yet today we are never told to consider the murderous Persian Empire or the cannibalism of indigenous tribes of North and South America or the heinous actions under the imperialistic Muslim, Chinese, Mongol, or Japanese empires, to name just a few. Instead, we're told that slavery is a white phenomenon. And like all persistent lies, this lie spawns a bunch of other lies.
Okay, here we go.
On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise. I wish any of—
Yeah, that part right there. Like, there wasn't a European incursion on the fucking continent. Like, what? And you know, when she talks about these slaves here, there's 700,000 slaves in Africa today. Did she mention that was caused by the United States of America? Like literally, like under the Barack Obama, because there's many of these slaves are in Libya, and when we toppled Muammar Gaddafi, slave trades popped up all over the place, and these things are run by Arabs. Sidebar. Not to say that there aren't active and willing participants of Africans, but Arabs are the upper class on the African continent. But yeah, like what? Like the United States is literally the reason why there's slavery in Libya. This country you want us to be patriotic to is literally the reason why. Jabari Jews said, PragerU is just the other side of the race war grift. Them, Daily Wire, The Atlantic, and Huffington Post are both working for the same people to achieve the same result. Absolutely. They are definitely on the other side of the race grift. It's crazy how white supremacy doesn't exist for Republicans, but they cry about the deep state, huh? Oh, boy. Said you wish Dr. Henrik Clark was here to see this? Man, listen. He's turned over in his grave now. What about all those lithium slaves? This is what I'm saying, yo. Like what kind of revisionist history is like, oh, America didn't do nothing. Let's go back in the bag. I'm done with this. Let me hear about some Chinese space lasers. Let's go. We need some conspiracy in our lives. Let's loosen this up a bit.
To change the Lasers? Really? To change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. Go ahead.
Well, this fascinates me in part because, too, I remember reading the stories that China had used this during the Olympics, that the USSR had used this after Chernobyl to create rain clouds. I mean, did those really work then? We have some of these capabilities now?
Inconclusive. Even in the 60s, the CIA used this to bring down monsoons during the Vietnam War, to wash out the Viet Cong. Governments have been playing with this thing.
Alleged to.
Alleged to, right.
Yeah.
Now.
She said, hold up now, alleged to, don't get me fired now.
We realize that for decades now, these governments have been alleged to have experimented with weather control, but nothing conclusive. This time we're bringing in the laws of physics rather than simply waving our hands and uttering mumbo jumbo. We're actually using trillion-watt lasers now. And in the laboratory, sure enough, they precipitate rain out of water vapor. Sure enough, you can actually bring down electricity down the beam. Firing trillion-watt lasers, you rip apart the electrons, creating what are called ions, and these ions act like seeds, like dust particles, bringing down rain and even lightning.
Yo, my condolences to all the victims of Maui. And that's all I'm going to say about that. J.A. says she left out the Songhai Empire and the resplendent Empire of Mali. They always do. They always leave those out. They act like those things never existed. So you see that, right? You see that? All right. We're not going to touch on that too much. But the fact that he said he could bring down the lightning bolt, where's Tanai? Tanai would know about this shit. Insane. Absolutely insane. All right, let's go here. Actually, I want to listen to Tucker, and I want to talk about Oliver Anthony. Let's see what Tucker's talking about. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up. Let's see what Tucker's saying.
And what's sad, in my opinion, is that while the United States still has, I think, a lot to offer to the world, and I would never leave because it's, and no offense meant by this, and I hope none will be taken, it is the prettiest country in the world. It is, let's be honest. Even the crummy, sorry, it is. It's beautiful, and it has wonderful people, and I know many of you have relatives there. A lot of you are Americans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's been taken over by lunatics. But the core of the country has not changed. But what's so interesting to me is that the people running the United States are no longer even pretending to offer a better life to the people who live there, which is a huge change. I mean, throughout the course of my life until fairly recently, we had people I voted for in office, people I would never vote for in office, but all of them made basically the same promise. Elect me, give me power, and I will make your life better. And here's how I'll do it. I never hear anybody make that case in the United States. And what they're offering is a world in which human flourishing is, if not impossible, very difficult. The ruling party is the party of the childless, the unmarried, the people who are working for low wages for large corporations and living in tiny apartments in overcrowded cities that are rife with crime. That's not a cliche, that's true. It's not a talking point. It's true. Who votes for the people who run the United States right now? People who are, again, working for big nonprofits or big banks, living in crowded conditions, very often alone, in big soulless cities, having their food delivered by immigrants, and spending their time glued to a screen. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like prison, actually. It sounds like prison. When people violate our laws in the United States, how do we punish them? Well, we execute a few, not very many. But mostly, our harshest punishment is locking them in a small cell where they can't see the sky, where their food is delivered through the bars, often by immigrants, from the commissary, which is the Uber Eats of prison, where they have to sit cut off from nature and in solitude for years. Well, that's the life of your average Democratic voter. Solitude, isolation, cut off from nature. Who are the people who oppose this? And some of them are Republicans. You're not going to hear me say word one in support of the Republicans, by the way, who have collaborated in the most dishonorable possible way with the Biden administration. So instead of saying Republican, I will describe them as anyone who's not with the program, which is the majority of people in my country. Where do they live? And more important, how do they live? Well, they're poorer generally on paper, but are their lives worse? If you live in a place where you can see the sky, where you can make your own food and maybe even know where it comes from, if you can go outside and say identify 3 species of trees or hear birds or experience silence, the rarest commodity in the modern world, silence, where you can hear voices that aren't being broadcast from NBC News or Google, maybe higher voices, those are the people who are not with the program. People who have a daily experience of others and who have a daily experience of nature. And those people are much more likely to acknowledge a power beyond themselves and beyond their government. And there's a reason for that, because they can see it. When you're isolated in a cell, living, as the urban planners of the United States now refer to it as, in density, which is somehow supposed to be good for the climate or the world. No, it's death, it's enslavement is what it is. When you're living crowded as you would on an industrial farm as a cow or as a chicken in a pen, you are not liberated, you are enslaved, and you can't think clearly, and your reference points are gone, and you can't see the stars, and you—
Was that a slave reference?
As you would on an industrial farm as a cow or as a chicken in a pen, you are not liberated, you are enslaved, and you—
Uh-oh. Candace just told me we wasn't slaves. Candace said we are free. We supposed to be patriotic, Tucker. That's what Candace told us.
Can't think clearly, and your reference points are gone, and you can't see the stars, and you can't see the trees. You cannot see God's creation. All around you, you see what? Drywall and screens made by other people, people who don't mean you well. And your ability to make clear judgments, to think clearly, to think rationally goes away. And the next thing you know, you're still wearing a COVID mask 3 years later.
Shout out to Tucker putting that good word out there.
And what's sad—
those freedom bars. What y'all think about that? Y'all think about that? All right, let's talk about Oliver. Let's talk about Oliver, and then we'll get to Laura Luma. Yo, how y'all cancel the dude that made the Richmond song? He said, I don't support either side politically, not the left, not the right. I'm about supporting people and restoring local communities. Now go breathe some fresh air and relax, please. I'm not worth obsessing over, I promise. Go spend time with your loved ones. Why are people canceling this guy? What's going on? Some people said he's a sellout. A lot of people are mad at him on it, but you have to stop projecting your personal political. This represents what the song reflects, a blah, 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 populist mind. I don't support either side. No opinion fast enough. He's just like me. Well, I guess he's a libtard and a racist now, right? I don't support either side politically. More people should be saying that. Then you support the right because the left wants to destroy people. It's safe to say that the last thing the rich men, north of Richmond, fear is a vague, nonpartisan appeal to the people and local communities. Regardless, Con Inc. made this guy a folk hero without vetting him or asking him if he was interested. Predictably, it backfired. Really? Who was Patrick Casey? Chronicles magazine? New Atlantis Sun? Ironically, the whole come on guys, it's not about politics bit comes off as very media trained, PR friendly, defies the folk hero facade. The MAGAs lost their Richmond singing hero. They literally can't even deal with it. The shrinking maggots are in denial. Yo, who was attacking this guy?
Try to identify with me. It's aggravating seeing people on conservative news try to identify with me like I'm one of them. It's aggravating seeing certain musicians and politicians act like we're buddies and act like we're fighting the same struggle here, like that we're trying to present the same message. You know, I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I tried to be polite to everybody, and I've talked to hundreds of people the last 2 weeks. But it seems like certain people want to just ride the attention of this song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's aggravating as hell. The other thing that I find aggravating...
He talking about the grift. Yeah, that's the grift. Him, you heard him? Here it goes. He gonna describe the grift.
The song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's...
Use his song to make themselves relevant.
It seems like certain people want to just ride the attention of the song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's aggravating as hell. The other thing that I find aggravating is, well, you know, like, it was funny seeing my song in the, it was funny seeing it at the presidential debate, because it's like, I wrote that song about those people.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Oh, I see why they mad now. Oh, shit.
You know, so for them to have to sit there and listen to that, that cracks me up. But it was funny kind of seeing the response to it. Like, that song has nothing to do with Joe Biden, you know? It's a lot bigger than Joe Biden. That song is written about the people on that stage, and a lot more too, not just them, but definitely them.
This will be my last post about politics on social media. I apologize for beating a dead horse, but I need to address this quote in my video earlier since it's been misquoted, misinterpreted this evening. That song has nothing to do with Joe Biden. It's a lot bigger than Joe Biden. It's a reference to DeSantis' response to my song. He talks about needing to get Joe Biden out as if that would automatically solve all the problems. Biden is part of the big issue, but it runs much deeper. Richmond, North of Richmond is about corporate-owned D.C. politicians on both sides. Though Biden's most certainly a problem, the lyrics aren't exclusively knocking Biden. It's bigger and broader than that. It's knocking the system collectively, including the corporate-owned conservative politicians that were on that stage last night. So the libertarians are probably beating his phone down. I know the libertarians are like, he's our guy. He's our guy. This guy says, people's crying about burning coal, but not the poor souls who's digging it. Somebody in the thread said, he said, times are so bad, my wife is burning coal. I said, yo, here you go right here. Times have gotten so lean, even my wife is out there burning coal. Come on, man. Y'all are savages on Elon's internet. All right, so I get it. Now I know why they're mad at Oliver, because they wanted him to be the rights hero, and he's just a normal guy calling it how he sees it. You know, he gets the class war. Yep, he totally gets it. I agree you can't, on one hand, say that Africans were already slaves, and then on the other on the other say it wasn't African kings owning those slaves. Yeah, like come on, bro. Like you gotta mention all of that. Oh, and Benjamin was on his head? Really? No way. Let's go find out. What'd he say? Where's your song? Here you go. Here's a song I listen to, man. If you don't notice how it makes you feel good. I bet Oliver Anthony's next song will be War Against China or Free Us. Or it's very fake engagement. We're going to describe it. Damn. All right, let me get this off my screen. I ain't fucking with Arlen Benjamin today. I ain't fucking with him. Yay. Get that from my Bay Area cats. What's the chat over here saying? Could be a bot farm. Yeah, I mean, they definitely going to mobilize their bot farms. And sometimes the bot farms follow the trend. So if the trend is to cancel somebody, the bot farms will follow the trend. So he says here, it seems like he hates Republican politicians more than Democrats. And that to me sounds like Sonny Johnson, because she's like, I know the Democrats are my enemy, but the people that are supposed to be on my side, you know, are stabbing me in the back. Though that hurts more because you're supposed to be on my side. So I get that sentiment that he may dislike Republicans more than Democrats. Like we know we're getting with Democrats, but it's like, damn, Republicans, like you can't do nothing better neither. Oh, wow. What's YouTube talking about? HA, there are enough of us out there to make difference and throw these bums out for good. Yeah. Yeah. Corporate owned. It's not about Joe Biden, but it's about the people on the stage. Yeah, his red hat was rejected. Yeah, Mo. Mo Facts in the chat. He's right. I just did Tommy Sotomayor. Go to his channel. Go to my channel. Unc said he's not canceled. Oh, okay, good. Good. What up, Reba? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's go to the next story. I wanted to see what they was doing to my boy Anthony. I got the answer. I found out what happened, what exactly transpired. If you want to get on the phone lines, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. Tonight is probably a good night to call in, mostly because it's going to be a slow night for callers. So if you couldn't get in all week, now is probably the time you want to get in. All right, let's just make that clear. Also, money's falling out the sky. SuperDAPP, Syscoin AirDrop, Supercoin coming soon. All you gotta do is hit the link in the description box below. Join the launch team. Get paid to tweet. Get paid to post. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of our great launch. The link is in the description box below. You'll see it there. It'll say Access SuperDAPP AirDrop group. And I'll post the link here in the chat too. All you got to do is join the Telegram if you're interested. Join the Telegram. When you get to the Telegram, see the pinned post in the Telegram, and it'll have all the instructions there for you. All right. So that's our next campaign. SuperDAPP. It's basically the everything app Elon wish he had. Those are my words. That's not Syscoin's words. Those are my words. So yeah, I can't wait to join you all in that community and be a part of this launch. Shout out to Syscoin, Jag, Alex, Patrick, Nathan, the whole squad, Trad5 guy. Appreciate y'all. Salute. All right, let's go back in the bag. Gotta handle business. Let's look at this.
You better believe it. Look what happened to Martha Stewart. She caught that felony. She goes to all the cookouts with Snoop Dogg. She is endorsed. She crippin'. Bruh, Trump is a brother now. I'm sorry. You go to jail in Zone 6 Atlanta, you a brother. Straight up. They fucked up. Niggas like niggas that went to jail. They believe in that shit. This is good. We believe in that shit. We trust that. I'm sorry. You can say what you want, but they fuck with people that went to jail. They fucks with people that been in the penitentiary. They fucks with people like that. It is what it is. We'll see. You better believe it. Look.
So, Laura Loomer takes to Twitter with this video and says Trump is going to be invited to all the cookouts. And he's going to smoke some uniparty ass. Hashtag Trump 2024. He's sober, but who knows? Maybe Trump will be drinking Hennessy soon. Oh man, chat, you gotta tell me, is this racist? Let's put it up. Let's put the poll up. Let's put the poll up. Let's put the poll up. We go on the phone line soon. If you want to get on the phone lines, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631 and get on the phone lines. Let's put the poll up. Is Laura Loomer comment about Hennessy racist? Let's see what they say. Let's see what the chat says. Darion says, this is why I refuse to drink Henny. Straight White Male News says, Loomer was with black folks all day. She got too comfortable. Not racist. She got real comfortable. All right, who gonna make the meme with Trump drinking Hennessy? Who gonna make the Hennessy ad? We need somebody to take a Hennessy ad, preferably one with Nas or something on it. Put Trump's face in there somewhere. Diesel said, is it racist if it's facts? I don't know. That's all I'm asking y'all. Only the Future said, look at it this way. At least she didn't say grape juice. Shout out to Doug Hip Hop Burger. Big facts. Oh my God. Chat saying 65%, chat saying no. NZ Pride said black people made Hennessy popular. You know what? I'm going to save my comment till after we look at the rest. Because this whole Trump thing, like I said, has been one huge stimulus package and everybody's been grifting off of Trump. There's another video. Hold on. There's another video I want to play. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Let's play this video. This is hilarious. I gotta agree with the last video we played. I think it was a mistake to lock Trump up, and maybe it is true. Maybe black people are relating to Trump because he's on some jail shit. Let's play this video.
And all y'all be talking about y'all gang. This gang. This man rolled up with all his people deep, flew in, rolled through the city. Deep. I'm talking about gang. Donald not playing. GOP. Donald like gang. Let me drop this. Ride with me real quick, y'all. I gotta take this ride. I gotta take this flight and this ride real
1.8 million views on this video, by the way.
quick. Drop this 20 grand off to these folk since they hooping and hollering. You know what I'm saying? Look at this man riding through the city. Do you hear me? Do y'all not understand? Like, this is history. Like, this is crazy. Dada don't care nothing about what y'all talking about. Donald said, and what? You want me here? I'm in Georgia. What's up? Say something. I pulled up. I'm going to pull up on you, Fulton County. I'm going to pull up. He done pulled up on him. He said, let me pop out real quick. Yo, this man came to Georgia squad deep. I ain't even mad at him. I'm messing on cars for days. Like, yo, security for days. Like, yo, y'all be talking about y'all gang. Y'all don't know nothing about gang. We even got the ambulance just in case somebody get hurt. I take care of my people. Tell him, Donald. Donald said this ain't nothing but a little pit stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this right here, y'all. God, they got this shit is hilarious. I mean, he riding through the trenches like.
I don't know, y'all. That black vote looking. All right, so the poll says 72% Laura Loomer's not racist. So there you have it. She's not racist. They already said that a certain community after his daughter got married to Jared Kushner. Okay, Mo Fax and Jabari going back and forth. He said, what would the response be if they said Trump was invited to the bar mitzvah and drinking Manischewitz? Here we go. Cognac is made from grapes, though. Is it? Baseballing and Crypto said it's definitely a racist remark. The Nas ad with Never Settle with Trump's face would be hilarious. We need that ASAP. Good clean one, too. Good clean copy. It's got to be done right. We need the best Photoshop people on top of that one. And make sure you tag Hotep TV Rumble. Make sure you tag it with Hotep TV Rumble so they know where it came from. Rumble logo Hotep TV / Hotep TV so people know what time it is and where to go. Does Trump get an N-word pass? I don't know about that, Steph. That's a little reach now. Now we getting a little spicy. Now we entering coon territory. But damn, so is that what we're doing now? Is Trump the man because he went to jail? Is that going to increase his popularity amongst the black community? Is that what's happening? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Let's go to the phone lines. Go ahead, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. I'm about to open up the phone lines here. Let me see. We got any text messages in here? Okay, we got a couple in here. Cool. I'll get to the phone calls right after this short, brief commercial break.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Goldstein on the check-in. What up, Goldstein? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Huh?
I said, looky here. I want to start with the delectable Negro.
Okay.
That's what I want to kick off with.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
All that shit back then when they was eating niggas for power and some more shit, whatever they had going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's no different than the same shit they're doing right now with the with the adrenochrome shit. All they was doing that was just a very crude version of it. They got more scientific and sophisticated with the shit, but they still eating people, bro.
Ooh.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Talk about it.
Man, they still eating niggas. They you know, that's why all kinds of niggas, the women is missing. You know what I mean? They using them wombs now to try and give these T people a chance at becoming normal. You know what I mean? They still using body parts for all kinds of weird ass fetishes and motherfucking homoerotic shit.
Mm-hmm.
They just labeled it different.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And they just ain't exclusive to niggas either. It's just that you're gonna find a little bit extra there. You know what I mean?
So, what do you think overall of Candace's video?
You know what I fucking think about that bitch. You know exactly what the fuck I think about that bitch. And now I'm almost willing to say that Mrs. Gang Gang in the video that you played,
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost certain that was Candace's ass. She just put on a different hat. She just put on a different hat for that video talking about gang gang. They got this bitch mopping up everything, just doing everything. 50 hats this bitch is wearing. She'll come off as a PragerU hussy, and then she'll sit there on a fucking video that don't show nobody talking about, yeah, look at Trump, That's her. You know, she can do.
That's not Candace Owens, bro.
I know it's not Candace, but I would not be surprised if there's a video out there of her doing that shit, not on camera though.
You think she got that blackness in her?
Yeah, she got that blackness in her. All you got to do is make her mad, and you can see it. That shit is genetic. That shit is not cultural. That's genetic. That's a certain level of ferocity that I don't give a fuck how big of a goddamn coon you are, will always be there. It just takes the right people to bring it out. You know what I mean? This is why they use her as the attack dog she is, because they know you can't outsass a motherfucking black woman.
True. Also true.
This bitch, she's sitting up there talking all that bullshit. Listen, she is locked and loaded to advance white victim mentality, but will not absolutely touch anything when it comes to black victimhood. But she right there for them anytime they want to start complaining about how beat the fuck down they are as a culture.
Yeah.
Right there.
You know,
so
my take is like, I understand you gotta do the PragerU video, right? And I understand you want to revise the history of slavery and all of that. And I think the bigger motive there was, you know, don't give black folks that victimhood, right? And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I'm totally on board with that. But you don't have to confuse facts to achieve that goal. You don't have to, you know, say white man good, black man bad to achieve that goal. That's the shit that just kills me.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. You want to try and sum it up in this nice, neat little 10-minute package or whatever the fuck, however fuck long that shit was, and simultaneously try and convince us that history is complicated. Her words. There's no possible way you can sum it up in a 10-minute package for PragerU.
That's true.
So don't try and sell us on two different goddamn things right there. Is it complex, or is it something that can be figured out in a fucking YouTube clip?
Right.
You tell me. You know what I mean? So it's just they always double speak and they always moving duplicitously. And she worked for them people, and she about that life. If it ain't PragerU, then it's goddamn it me. Is the Daily Goddamn Wire. It's all the same shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And this is why I call motherfuckers like her insurgents. That's why I call them that.
This a real Hotep brother.
They just call her ass Candace Owens Surgeon. That's her name now.
Is this the other side of the race grift? You got the race grift on the left where they, you know, make black people look like victims, and then is this the other side? Is this the polar opposite of that grift?
It is. It's the exact polar opposite of that grift. The exact polar opposite. But see, what it does is it facilitates and foments the same reaction. And that's how you know they're working for the same master. They serve the same God.
Wait, the same reaction?
Yeah. because it just foments division. That's what it's all about.
Yes,
They
yes,
don't
yes.
care which direction they pulling you in. They just don't want you together.
Mm.
And if it can foment that division, that lets you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're working for the same fucking master. Look at what they're doing to Oliver Anthony right now. Do I believe that he was AstroTurf campaign just like niggas for Trump? Yes. But I also believe that sometimes you don't need a fucking hero. Just chill the fuck out. The man made a song. Yes, you elevated him to the status you wanted him to be at. Yes, it was contrived. But if you looking that hard for a fucking hero, then your life is more fucked up than anything the WEF, Joe Biden, or the rest of these fucking reptiles can do. If every time someone drops some shit that sounds good to you and you want to elevate them to a status so goddamn high to where when they disagree with you in the slightest, they become Satan themselves, something is wrong with you. Something is internally fucked up with you. It should never be that fucking serious. Not over no fucking cheesy ass song. Yeah, the song is dope, but I mean, if you really want to get down into the weeds of it, it was, you know what I mean? It was basic.
You was questionable of the song immediately.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Still, like I said, I still think it's an AstroTurf campaign.
Yeah.
That they put that shit out there. They had all kinds of financial backing. Don't nobody look that good in the middle of the goddamn forest. Paul. You know what I mean? You out there just chilling. That's all motherfucking, just like these niggas for Trump. This whole wave of gang and gang and the hood is for Trump and all this shit. It's all a fucking campaign. It's all a campaign.
Is it gonna work?
No. Because already undermining that shit with the shootings.
Yo, didn't we call that shit yesterday?
We did.
Remember I asked you, I said, yo, do you think an event is about to come? And you said, yup.
Yep.
And the next
that's
day?
What they're doing. The very next day, bro.
The next
That's
day,
what
bro?
they're doing. That's how it goes, man. You can pretty much call this shit as you see it. Like, you already know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? If you got your ears to the street on any level or your eyes open on any level, you can see this shit coming from a mile away. And the fact of the matter is they needed this to undermine everything that was done yesterday. But what people don't understand is this is not two polar opposites pulling in the direction they want shit to go.
Correct.
This is all being pulled by the same motherfucking hand. That's what people have to start understanding. Because the sooner we understand that, the better off we'll be as a society. Man, they'll pull everybody in one direction today. Oh, yeah, everybody's live, everybody's feelings is up. You know what I mean? And then they pull them in the exact opposite direction the very next day. Now niggas hate white folks again. And now white folks is going to be like, see, look at all this motherfucking violence and all this thug culture. You know what I mean?
A hate crime the next day, bro?
Yeah. Very next day.
White
False
man
flags,
shoots 3 black people?
Yeah. False flags is back in effect. That's what that is. False flags is back in
Niggas
effect.
hit the MK Ultra button?
What they did, they ain't even got to hit it on this one. They just fucking
Allegedly.
put some fucking out there that they done already had on the hook for some other bullshit.
Yeah.
Make sure his family okay. You know? And it's not over. It's not over. This ain't over. All right? This is how they do it, though. They pull you in one direction, and they pull you in the opposite direction. And you can fuck with people's emotions on that level. They don't know what to think anymore. Their judgment becomes cloudy. Everything is like, man, I was just feeling this way today. Now I'm feeling this way tomorrow. I mean, it's like they don't know what to think. They don't know what to do anymore. And the chances of them acting out, they skyrocket astronomically after that.
Mass
because
confusion.
they're just out of fucking rage and confusion at that point.
Mass confusion.
Yep. These motherfuckers, like I'm telling you, bro, motherfuckers need to wake the fuck up. They need to start seeing what's happening. Motherfucking gang. Yeah, niggas been for Trump for a while for one reason, because he put money in their pocket with them PPP loans.
Correct.
No fucking reason.
Correct.
They knew Biden was taking that shit. They knew Trump would reinstitute that shit. It ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking closeness to him because he had a fucking mugshot. And here's how you know. Look, let me tell you something. If this was a genuine grassroots movement, okay? If this was a genuine grassroots movement within the black community, how come there ain't near motherfucking account blowing up in the black Twitter sphere? They would be closer to it than anybody else. And I know they ain't the black Twitter ain't the most connected to the hood like that, but they're far more connected than fucking Laura Loomer and Elijah Schaefer are.
Yeah.
But it seems like they got the bead on this shit. They got the scoop.
Who got the
You know what I
scoop?
mean?
Black folks?
No, the Dinesh D'Souza's and the Elijah Schaefers, they're the ones with the numbers behind the videos that are being put out to let everyone know that the hood is with Trump. Now, if it was a grassroots movement, that shit would have happened on black Twitter. We would have seen Nerd Nash's shit blowing up first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People like him. That's how you know it ain't no grassroots movement. That's how you know it's contrived. These motherfuckers release videos and shit all at the same goddamn time.
Right.
This is how they operate. So that's how you know. And the fact is that if niggas been for Trump this long, ain't no goddamn mugshot gonna do it. And if they really wanted to attach him to some outlaw culture, they got one of their own. They got Johnny Cash. They got the Wild West. They got the Billy the Kids. They got the wanted posters from Arizona and shit. They got all that already. Why is you over here fucking with our shit? Why is you fucking with Tupac? Because there's an agenda there. And as the days go by, we will see exactly what the fuck that agenda was. It's hard to say, but you'll see things develop like that shooting today that'll kind of give you insight into what they really up to.
It's just funny because they go from 1 second it's black people getting behind Trump, and the next day it's just, nope, you better stop that unity shit. Here go a hate crime. Boom.
Exactly. And everybody will go back to their corners after this. Like, you'll have the same accounts that are talking about hell yeah, Hennessy and all the rest of that bullshit. He invited to the cookout and all that. Those same accounts tomorrow will be talking about how black culture is a drag on Western society, like that poll that you fucking showcased on the show a few shows back. Are blacks a drag on Western society, yes or no? They'll go back to saying shit like that, downgrading and denigrating this thug culture that they're celebrating right now. And then black folks will go back to they killing us in the street.
Yeah.
The only thing that won't move is them same niggas from the hood who still back Trump because of a fucking PPP loan. They won't
real
budge.
Hotep brother.
Because all the rest of this nonsense don't really affect niggas from the hood. They ain't worried about the white man killing them. They got ops like 2 blocks away that they got to worry about. That's why all the bullshit don't filter into the hood. They got real problems there.
Big facts.
I'm going to let you get to some other callers, though, bro. You Hotep and Bill.
All right, Hotep and Bill, bro.
Yep.
It's the word from Goldstein. Tanai, you next. Tupac is an agenda, yet people sleep on that because they love their idols. What? Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't deny that, I guess. Somebody said Elijah Schaefer sleeps with a KKK hood like it's a hair bonnet. Come on now. Is this true? Is he like really a racist or he's just like trolling? I don't know. Stuart said Goldstein stays grounded. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. We're gonna get Tanai and then Kev.
Call from
Tanai, what up, yo?
Yo, what's good, fam? How you living?
Life is good. Life is good. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm finally recovered from Hotep Con. I'm like, bro, let me call in and check in with the fam. Yo, Hotep Con was lit. I appreciate you having me. It was great talking to everybody. Great, politicking and getting to learn a lot about all the people that were there. Y'all really put stuff together behind the scenes. I know shit was kind of falling apart behind the scenes, but Trish, big shout out to Trish and Chad. They like really, really held shit down, man. It was. I mean, Trish was kind of like talking to me about the shit later on, and she was just the way she was talking about it was just like, man, shit was just kind of going crazy behind the scenes, but everybody held it together, man. Everything was amazing. Looking forward to next year. And like I said, man, I just appreciate y'all having me, and I hope I get a chance to talk my shit a little bit more. That's one thing I do want to say. I think that you need to let us have longer times to actually talk with you on stage and talk with the people in the audience. An hour wasn't enough. We was just getting warmed up, especially looking at like Sunny and Cooley and Rook Talk. We need a little bit of extra time for the next Hotep Con. So yeah, just want to put that bug in your ear. But yeah, man, Hotep Con was great, man. And to everybody that missed it, bring your ass on next year because we paused because we need you out there. I mean, it was a good time. Everybody had a good time. Hotel was out here, fucking with DJ Mingling out here and shit. So we had a good time. But man, so I ain't gonna speak on too much. I was on the show. But the whole Trump thing is really interesting. How they're sitting here talking about, oh, Trump is for the hood, and they're always trying to tie Trump to like these black degen stereotypes, right? It's like the same shit that they condemn black people for. They now want to try to like link Trump to it and like make him seem like he's some kind of hood superhero and shit. And that shit is killing me, dog. Because I'm just like, okay, so how do y'all sit here and tell us that the music is destructive, the culture is destructive, but now all of a sudden like Trump is like the beacon for the hood and he's a real nigga and all this other shit and like he's invited to the cookout. It's like, come on, fam. This is the same dude that wanted the Central Park 5 executed and will still not back off of those statements to this day. Like, what are we talking about? Like, and we know those kids were innocent. So, like, and these kids were from the hood. So how is Trump all of a sudden now a beacon for black culture and, like, we got to be down with Trump because now he arrested, so now he a real nigga? Like, come on, dog. Like, just get that shit out of here, bro. Like, nobody's trying to hear that, man. Like, that's another, like, trick of how these people talk out of both sides of their mouths. It's like in one breath you want to condemn what happens in the culture, but in the next breath you want to use that shit on social media to get clicks and likes and shit, man. The grift is strong. But anyway, like I said, I wasn't gonna hold up too much time.
The grift is strong.
Peace to the chat. Peace to the family.
What's up with you gotta explain to us adrenochrome.
Bro, okay, adrenochrome is a meme, dog. Okay, so you can literally go on, so there's a couple different chemical suppliers. You can literally go on SigmaAldrich.com or acrosorganics.com. You can buy adrenochrome online. Adrenochrome harvesting is a meme. Now, that's not to say that they do not do blood sacrifices or, they don't, drink blood like little kids and stuff like that, because there are, especially like the UN peacekeeping missions. Have you ever seen the articles about how the UN peacekeepers will go to different countries, they'll rape and kill kids, and they'll do like little ritual sacrifices and shit. So that shit is real. But adrenochrome itself is a meme. It is a meme. Adrenochrome is not air stable. So as soon as it hits open air, it oxidizes into something else. Like, it's not even usable in the form that people talk about it. Adrenochrome is a meme. That shit is not real. I don't know why people. I've said this for years. Like, you can literally go to any chemical website. You literally go to any chemical website that sells organic chemicals, and you can buy adrenochrome. They're all in little ampules because they're all not air stable. They're made in a lab. Like, all of the stuff that they have, that is on the website is made in the lab. You don't have to harvest it from people. It's very easy to make in the lab. So if it's easy to make in the lab, like, why would you have to harvest it from people? That doesn't make sense.
I got it on the screen right now. Millipore sigma. So let me see if I can see this molecular structure right here. Let me put it on the screen. All right. So it looks like we got a little bit of what the hell is CH3 chloride or some shit?
No, CH3 is just a methyl group. It's a carbon and 3 hydrogen.
Okay, that's a methyl group.
Yeah, that's what we.
What makes something a methyl group?
It's just that it has a carbon and 3 hydrogens attached to it.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Then I see that's attached to some nitrogen here.
Right.
And then I see OH, that's oxygen and hydrogen.
Right. So that's the alcohol group. So you have 2 ketones that are on the left that are connected to the cyclohexane ring. Then you have a tertiary nitrogen that's connected to the 2 carbons on the left and the right, and then the methyl group that's at the top. So like this is a fused ring structure. This is a dione structure. Diones are really common in organic chemistry and biomolecular chemistry because they're really good electron carriers. So they're really good at like moving around free radical electrons.
So what would somebody use this for?
People just use it for research because adrenochrome is an adrenaline metabolite. So you can use it to study the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system under different stress conditions. So that's what I'm saying. Like this, like you can literally buy the stuff online. Like if you really wanted to like experiment with adrenochrome, just go on Sigma Aldrich and buy it.
What if I took this stuff? What'd happen? I get superpowers?
No, you're not gonna get superpowers. You're not gonna get superpowers. Like I said, it's just an adrenaline metabolite, and that's why adrenochrome itself, it's just like, so you know how we talk about with like herbs and shit like that, when you take away the active component from everything else, it loses its effectiveness. So like the big example, or like the most notorious example, is curcumin. So curcumin is one of the main constituents of turmeric. So when they were studying anti-inflammatory activity in turmeric, they found that curcumin was one of the more bioactive compounds. But when they took curcumin out away from the rest of the herb, now you got all these articles saying, like, oh, well, curcumin is not the molecule that we thought it was. Yeah, dumbass, because you took it away from all the other stuff that it works with. So that's not to say that adrenochrome might not have some activity that relates to like aging and all this other stuff. But when it's just by itself, like you can literally buy the stuff online. Like it's not just adrenochrome. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not a fountain of youth. Like it's like by itself, it's not a fountain of youth, bro. There's other stuff that happens in that. How can I say it? There's other stuff that's going on. It's not just adrenochrome.
No, that makes sense. Now you mentioned alcohol with OH. OH is always alcohol?
Yeah, that's what we call alcohol group in organic chemistry.
Okay, that's an alcohol group. How do you say that oxygen and hydrogen OH? How do you say that?
So you can say it's a hydroxyl group when it's connected to a carbon, it's an alcohol.
Okay, hydroxyl. I like that. I've seen that word before. Okay, so if I take it, I'm not gonna get superpowers. This is gonna make me sick.
No, it's not gonna make you sick either.
Okay, so you just take it and it's just, you know what I mean, it's just nothing happens. Pretty fucking boring. Damn. So people, you mentioned this thing. This is the last question I got for you. You mentioned something about adrenaline. So you said it was an adrenaline something, but
it's an adrenaline metabolite.
Metabolite, yeah. So what are they doing in the experiments? Are they testing people's adrenaline level? Are they doing this on monkeys, rats, people? Like what?
So I don't know the extent of adrenochrome research in the lab because I don't do research in it. But I mean, if it's connected to the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, they could be testing things with fight or flight response, downstream metabolites, and secondary messaging. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can study with it because these molecules don't just have one use. They can activate other signaling cascades, so you can use it to study like downstream signaling cascades after a fight or flight response. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with it.
But this sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal, especially when you talk about regulation of circadian rhythms, how it regulates how we deal with light and things like that, and how our bodies react to it. I mean, it is a big deal. I just don't do research on it, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm the most well-versed on it. I just know that adrenochrome, you can buy the shit online. It can't just be adrenochrome that is the
what if Hotep Jesus got special adrenochrome in his body? They ain't got this adrenochrome.
I mean, hey, if you want to test it out and let us know what happened, that's cool. But all I know is that you can buy adrenochrome online, so there's no reason that you have to harvest it from anybody because you can easily make the shit in the lab.
Yeah.
But somebody in the chat said something about Monsters Inc. Yo, that shit is real. Like, Monsters Inc. was on to some shit, man. Because, like, listen, they be hiding shit in them Disney movies, man.
What you mean?
Monsters Inc. So how they would hook the kids, how they would like scare the kids in the movie, bro. Yeah, whoever just said that in the chat about Monsters Inc., they are 100% on point.
What, they were scaring the kids and testing it?
Yeah, so I can't remember exactly. It's been a minute since I've seen Monsters Inc., but basically they had like these rooms that they were strapping kids down in, and they would like scare them. I can't remember exactly what they did. It was almost like they were absorbing the energy from like their nightmares and shit. It was some shit like that.
Damn.
But yeah, it's like that's what they do. Like they try to like scare these kids and then like harvest the energy from them, basically.
Damn. Yeah, that's kind of deep. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to sit my kids down and watch this shit. You want to learn about life? Let's watch Monsters Inc. tonight.
Yeah, definitely check Monsters Inc. out. Definitely check it out.
Lord have mercy. Hey man, appreciate the call, bro.
Yes, sir. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. That's Dr. Tanai Ritz, PhD, organic chemist and professor. Better call the doctor. Shit. Y'all welcome. I love when he comes and drops those science bars. As you can tell, when he starts talking that science shit, my brain pays attention. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a scientist. It was either that or put a gun in my hand. 'Cause I damn sure wanted to go to the military. I wanted to go to the military so bad.
Kev.
Yo, Kev, what up, yo?
Hey, what up?
What up? How you feeling, bro? Happy Saturday and all of that.
Good. Man, I understand the doctor saying that he can make the adrenochrome, but as soon as it loses it, as soon as it hits air,
it oxidizes.
Yeah, but one of the things that they were talking about in one of the video I watched that was truly disgusting and terrifying, I wish I never saw it, they were actually cutting the glands from the child and eating the glands so that the blood that was inside the gland never got a chance to hit the air and oxidize.
Damn. Thanks for that, Kev. You just ruined my Saturday night.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I wish I never watched it.
What the hell do y'all be watching, man? Oh my God.
I do. You got to blame the guy you had on your show. He's the one that linked the video to me. Who's the one guy everybody says he's heck, I can't think of his name now.
Who?
Pharaoh.
Young Pharaoh?
Young Pharaoh did an episode on it, and he linked the videos and everything, and it was pretty terrifying.
Shout out to Young Pharaoh.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
What else you got for us today, Kev? Did you sell any Trump mugshot shirts?
No, I didn't even try to. But the fact that,
I was thinking yesterday, because yesterday I was on the show and I was like, yo, I wouldn't sell them. And I got to thinking last night, I was like, if times got rough, I would. Like I think if times if rent was due, shit, nigga, I probably would have went. I've been in those situations, and I thought about that. Like, I've been in those situations where rent was due, and it's like, yo, we got to put something out. I got to make rent next week. How are we gonna do this? So
I think Candace Owens, she's gaslighting the opposite way. They're gaslighting both ways because divide and conquer only works is if you can divide.
Yeah.
And
that shit was crazy, man. She said they're talking about black people are pharaohs. All of that shit is fantasy.
Yeah, I actually put it in the chat, and I've already seen the writings on the Egyptian walls, and it actually shows that the pharaohs were olive colored. I mean, they weren't necessarily black, but they actually showed what white people were there, and white people carrying the stuff around and being slaves, and then they showed the pharaohs being a darker colored. They actually, the writings on the walls depicted them like they were like somewhere between. Then they actually had darker people there too that were other types of people, but it showed that the Egyptian pharaohs were definitely not white.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Now, one other thing. About 20 years ago, a black man killed my sister.
What?
One black man killed my sister 20 years ago. I didn't blame it on any other black man on this earth. I still have friends that are black and everything, and my kids bring home black boyfriends and stuff, and we get along great. The fact that they think that Trump getting locked up or them saying that he's going to be drinking Hennessy now or whatever, or that's going to cater to, that just takes some really ignorance there. That plays on the totally ignorant people as far as really stupid people.
Talk to him, Kev. Turn up.
Just because one white man shot 3 kids, that it's everybody's going to go back to their corners and not be friends anymore.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the motherfucking truth?
I hope they think that. I hope that's as far as they push this, and they don't. It doesn't cost anybody else their lives trying to divide us. But the fact that they think that we're that ignorant and that stupid that that's all they have to do is have a hate crime or have Trump get put in. Trump didn't even go to jail. He got walked in. They took a picture and some fingerprints, and he's out in under 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's going to cater to the black community because he's being treated unfairly by the justice system.
Yeah. Yo, I need y'all to hit the like button. YouTube, let's get to 200 likes. Rumble, just do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just get the likes up. Yo, Kev, thanks for the call, bro.
Thanks. Hotep Bill.
Hotep Bill. It's Big Kev on the line. Kev's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I really believe that. I really believe Kev's a good guy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was listening to Shaka earlier today. I was listening to his presentation on Nazis and Egyptology. Fascinating work, very fascinating body of work that those lectures are, because I think it's like maybe 2 or 3 parts. Here we go.
Call from
Jonah.
Mr. I don't got time to call in, but I'm about to call in.
No, I said I can't call in because I didn't want to end the show. But based on Kevin Epstein, you got to look up Fred Hampton, right? I'm not necessarily a fan of Fred Hampton because he was socialist, but he was a young guy too, right? But he tried to bring the crackers together with the brothers, and then we all know what happened to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that book I sent you, the cover or whatever, it's I can send you the PDF or whatever. I would recommend it for anyone. One of the things it goes into is capitalism plus communism. So they have the 2 systems that they want to bring them together as one and meet in the middle, and that's communitarianism. So, every time that they're running an operation, you got to find what the middle is, and that's where they want to end up. But that one goes into it directly how it's used against us. So that book's awesome. Hegelian dialectic and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway.
Appreciate you, bro.
I didn't watch any of the show, so I can't really comment on anything else. But, since they're talking, I was going to say, Fred Hampton, he tried to bring the whites and blacks together, and they went into his house, and, he didn't come out.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hotep and Bill. Let's go to the update here in Jacksonville. Let's see what's going on.
The Clay County Sheriff's Office, who has been assisting our agency with this investigation, received information after the shooting that the shooter had authored several manifestos, one to his parents.
Oh, here we go with the fucking manifestos. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my God, no. Multiple manifestos? Not one. 3 of them? This nigga got 3? We 11 seconds in, Strawberry Fields. Trifesto. That's what Rumble talking about. Said he said the caller sound like Uncle Hotep on coke talking 100 miles an hour. Oh my God. Dezon said some manifestos get released, others don't. Exactly. Waldemar Perez Jr. says this is ideological subversion. There is a invested interest in keeping America divided. Notice how nobody goes crazy at the tax offices. Yeah. Manifesto means manipulated, says Tyler Durden. Oh my God. He said Jonah talk like XQC. Oh, another fire in Maui? Oh, come on, yo. We was about to get Trump elected. Now it's a fire in Maui. Hold on. Breaking news and shit. Breaking fucking news and shit. Producer Jabari said he put it in the chat. Let's go to the chat. Oh, man. They done hit niggas with the motherfucking laser beams. Allegedly. Let's put this on y'all screen. And you'll see it now. Yet another fire is forcing evacuations near Lahaina, Maui, West Maui. Residents are being told to evacuate family and pets now without delay. Yo, where the Bible people at to talk about Revelations? Where they at? Is this not hell on earth? Is this not hell on earth? Fucking Chinese space beams. That's what this shit is.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
China.
Damn. Fires in Maui. We was about to get Trump reelected. Here they come with the bullshit. Let's go back to the tape.
One to the media and one to federal agents.
Oh, wow. Sent one to his mammy, to the media, and the feds?
Manifestos. One to his parents, one to the media, and one to federal agents.
Oh, wow.
That Hotep Jesus do.
Oh, wow. Hold on. All right. So, one to his parents, one to the media, and one to the feds. My question is, were these the same manifestos, or did everybody get a different manifesto? That's the next question we need answered. That's the most pressing question we need to be answered. Are there 3 different manifestos or 3 copies of the same manifesto?
Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate.
Okay. It sounds like he's basically saying there are 3 different manifestos. It sounds like 3 different manifestos.
And he put, this shooting was racially motivated, and
the shooting was racially motivated.
He hated black people.
He hated black people. Oh, fuck.
Was racially motivated, and he hated black people. He wanted to kill niggers.
Oh, whoa, yo, nah, this is not a clip. This is not real life. I am dreaming right now. This is not real life. I need one of those spindle things from like Inception to see if I'm fucking dreaming. This is not. They pull the same play every single fucking time and push it a little bit further each time. Did you hear what this? He just dropped a hard R. Look at the white lady's face. Her eyes closed when he said it. She couldn't even keep her eyes open.
Niggers. That's one and
You saw her face?
only time I'll use that word. I want to be very...
Look at the white lady's face when he says nigger. She wasn't even ready for it. She must not got prepped to speak.
And he hated black people. He wanted to kill niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word.
Got them all upset. He said that's the only time he'll use that word.
Black people. He wanted to kill niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. I want to be very clear.
I might need that. Excuse me. But I might need that clip.
One and only time I'll use that word.
Hold on.
That's the one and only time I'll use that word.
Wait.
And he hated black people. He wanted to kill niggers. 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 That's the one and only time I'll use that word. Niggers. 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 That's the one and only time I'll use that word. Niggers. Niggers. That's the niggers. Niggers.
This is the Saya. Ghosting. Yo, Ghosting, you listening? You got to call back in.
Niggers.
I got to talk to Ghosting. What the fuck is going
niggers. On? Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. Niggers. Niggers. Niggers.
I know
niggers.
Somebody's got this playing in their house, and their wife
niggers.
is like, what are you watching
niggers.
over there? Turn that off.
That's the one. Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. Niggers.
I can't help
one
it.
and only time I'll use that word. Niggers.
Bruh, come on, yo. Chat, yo. It's a Saturday Grift. We here, baby. Tonight said my sides. Yo, somebody tag Goldstein. Somebody wake Goldstein up, yo. Somebody wake Goldstein up, yo. Oh my God. What is going on out here, yo? Then they trot out DeSantis. We haven't even gotten to DeSantis's video yet. I need that, J.A. I need that drop. Niggers. I need that drop. I know this is a terrible time in this country, and at this time, there's a lot of racial strife and people who have lost their lives. We do not want to, but I need that. I need that fucking clip. Somebody been sending me clips to my email. Whoever that was, fucking thank you. I suck at replying to emails. Please forgive me. But can you get that one too? Oh my God. This is not real life. Hotep Alchemist said I'm definitely suspended for 7 days now. Listen, wait till I bring my shenanigans to Fox News. They're going to be calling me in the office like, Brian, you did this shit last week. You know what? I'm gonna be like, yo, but Jeff, yo, what are the ratings? Okay, so we have all-time high ratings, but that's besides the point. You can't keep pulling this shit, Brian. Listen, Jeff, trust me. I know where the line is. Just trust me. You got one more time, buddy. One more time. Jeff, listen, I don't have any more times. This is not a warning. We're doing business. We're having fun. Don't worry about it, man. Your view of the world is a little bit tainted, you know, because you're viewing it through a corporate lens, Jeff, at Fox, my boss. Don't worry about it. We're going to make this thing feel like love. It's going to be okay. Better not let this shit happen again. Calm down, Jeff. Calm down. Did you enjoy the show? Yes, I loved it, but that's besides the point. It's great fucking entertainment, Jeff. I'm sorry. I was just talking to myself. I just had a conversation with my boss at Fox that doesn't exist. We're going to have mad comedy nights at Hotepistan. You know, it's almost time for me to book my stand-up. It's time. Last night I went to go see Dave Chappelle and I was like, I just need to just book it. Because if I just book it, see, I'm trying to prepare to book it. And I'm like, I need to just book it. And then when the date comes, I'll be forced to prepare. You know what I mean? And I got my whole shit down too. I gotta tighten it up. This more than a weekend Grift Report. Listen, this Grift Report is different. This Grift Report is different. All right, let's go back. This shit is crazy. What is going on in our country? The same play?
That's the one and only time I'll use that word. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. Niggers. 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 Nigger. 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 Niggers. Nigger. Niggers. Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. I want to be very clear that there is absolutely no evidence. Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. I want to be very clear that niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. I want to be very clear that there is absolutely no evidence that the shooter is part of any large group. Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. I want to be very clear that there is absolutely no evidence that the shooter is part of any large group. Niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word.
I'm retarded.
I
got a vaccine
very clear
injury.
that there is
I'm
absolutely
sorry.
no evidence that the shooter is part of any large group. The Clay County Sheriff.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm a little retarded. I have a vaccine injury. I'm on the fucking spectrum. I got autism and shit, man. What is wrong with the world? And y'all think it's me. It's not me. What is wrong with the world? Fuego de Basadero said, good Lord. Thank you for the super chat over on Rumble. These damn riggers. What's the chat's talking about? He a lying mofo. He way too comfortable with that hard R. Why? I don't understand why the hard R was necessary. He said, my neighbors in my apartment might be wondering what I'm watching now. Thanks, HJ. You a white supremacist now, dog. I'm taking them out of context. Somebody said this meme about to go crazy. Chat GPT with the hard R. That was Chat GPT. Damn. Oh man. This shit is crazy. Grift Report about to get somebody fired. Why did he have to say it? Did he have to say the N-word with the hard R? Did he have to do that? He didn't have to do that. There's no way he had to do that. All right, now we got to get through DeSantis.
Rather than.
Let's see what DeSantis. Governor DeSantis, I believe, is weighing in on this tragedy. Let's see.
Able to speak with Sheriff T.K. Waters in Jacksonville about the horrific shooting that took place. This shooting, based on the manifesto that they've discovered from the scumbag that did this, was racially motivated. He was targeting people based on their race. That is totally unacceptable. This guy killed himself rather than face the music and accept responsibility for his actions. And so he took the coward's way out, but we condemn what happened in the strongest possible terms. We've offered support for Sheriff Waters and the city of Jacksonville, and we send our condolences to the victims and their families who were the victims of a very cowardly act.
Whoa. 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 Hold on. Hold on. Did y'all notice what I noticed? Did you notice what I noticed? Did you notice how terrible this was? This was terrible. This is the left. If the left got wind of this, they could lynch him with this, figuratively speaking. That was a terrible governor's speech about this incident. And that's from a right-wing lens. From a right-wing lens, it's a very terrible speech. Mostly because it reads like, please don't be mad at me. Please don't cancel me. Please don't ruin my campaign run. It didn't sound like a governor dealing with a tragedy. It sounded more like he didn't want any soundbite clips like they did Trump with the there's very nice people on both sides. He didn't want to get clipped up. And he's sitting next to this house with aluminum siding or whatever the fuck. Wind's blowing.
To speak with Sheriff T.
Which tells me he rushed it. Like, hurry up, we have to make a statement. Like, who's his PR person that told him, hurry up, we have to make this statement? Who advised him to do this? This is a very bad idea. Chat, am I wrong in viewing this? I'm gonna play it back and you could tell me if I'm wrong, right? So let me recap what I'm sensing here. What I'm sensing here is cowardice. What I'm sensing here is victimhood, vulnerability. It's given, please don't cancel me. Let's go to the tape.
Able to speak with Sheriff T.K. Waters in Jacksonville about the horrific shooting that took place. This shooting, based on the manifesto that they've discovered from the scumbag that did this, was racially motivated. He was targeted.
Like the insertion of scumbag there? Like, let me make sure I call him a scumbag.
That they've discovered from the scumbag that did this was racially motivated. He was targeting people based on their race. That is totally.
You hear the wind blowing and whatnot all in the mic?
Unacceptable. This guy killed himself rather than face the music and accept responsibility for his actions. And so he took the coward's way out, but we condemn what happened in the strongest possible terms.
We condemn what happened in the strongest possible terms. It's as if he's saying, I'm associated with this individual. It's like that individual and Ron DeSantis were a part of the same organization. That's how this speech comes off. We condemn this individual. He's no longer part of us. He's no longer one of us. Like they're both a member of the Oath Keepers or something. You don't have to condemn the actions of somebody and get your message across. Matter of fact, I'll show you how it's done. We're going to put on Presidential Hotep. Ladies and gentlemen, United States of America, today, 3 beautiful black lives were lost. You see how I did that? I won already. I don't even got to continue my speech. 3 beautiful black lives were lost. That right there. Some of you be like, oh, you have to add black. Let's take black out of it. It's still a great start. 3 beautiful lives were lost today. We are reeling from this tragedy. That's what they always say. We're reeling from this tragedy. We are reeling from this tragedy. That right there tells you I already condemn the actions of this event. I'm calling it a tragedy. I am at a loss for words for what has happened in our great state of Florida. I would like to personally reach out to the families of those of the lives lost. I would like to make sure that the family wants for nothing and all accommodations are made for them during this trying time. I want us to keep peace in our hearts during this trying time, at a time when our country is so divided. I want us to think about love instead of hate. I want us to remember that innocent lives were lost today. And it is not the shooter that should be remembered, but those lives. Me and my team will do our very best to support the community of Jacksonville and do our best to thwart any efforts to create another tragedy like this ever again. Thank you.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Did I condemn anybody? Did I need to condemn anybody? Huh? I didn't have to condemn it. Did it come off as I was on the same side as this dude? They got, yo, come on. Like, they got to hire me. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Somebody throw me a check. I don't even want checks from some of y'all. Shipping man said, hashtag Hotep for president. Come on, man. How hard was this? But that's the thing I don't like about DeSantis. Tanai said that condemn shit is old. For real. Like, what do we condemn his actions? He murdered 3 people. You don't have to condemn that. We all condemn that. So he's telling me you don't care about the lives that are lost. The only thing you fucking care about is your campaign, you fucking selfish bitch. This is why I can't fuck with DeSantis. This is exactly why. Because he's a fucking walking fraud. He couldn't even find 10 seconds in his life to find real compassion. Only if you just said, you know why yours was different? Because you care. Probably. Yeah, somebody go get Goldstein, man. Jonah said, how you expect him to have emotions after being a torturer? Oh, man, here we go. JJ Rock said, HJ is my president. Salute, Hotep for governor. Like, I mean, was it that hard? I want to take mine and then put it next to his. Because what is this? This was terrible. I'm going to play it again. It's only 45 seconds. Now compare what I just did to this.
Able to speak with Sheriff T.K. Waters in Jacksonville about the horrific.
Even his tone is just like scripted. I'm trying to remember what to say.
Shooting that took place. This shooting, based on the manifesto that they've discovered from the scumbag that did this, was racially motivated. He was targeting people based on their race. That is totally unacceptable.
It was like he wanted to get ahead of it, right? Like he wanted to get ahead of the story. First statement I'm going to make is I'm going to acknowledge that it was a racially motivated.
This guy killed himself rather than face the music and accept responsibility for his actions. And so he took the coward's way out, but we condemn what happened in the strongest possible terms. We've offered support for Sheriff Waters and the city of Jacksonville, and we send our condolences to the victims and their families who were the victims of a very cowardly act. Able to speak with.
I would have ended my speech off. I'd have gave him one line. I would have said, give me some heart. Go up there, give me some heart. I'm not going to give you a script. But your last line is, racism has no home in Florida.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Racism has no home in Florida. That's how I would have responded. Instead of condemning, right at the end of my speech, I'd have told him, man, just make sure you end it with that. He said, my tone was 1,000% better than his robot. Exactly. Speak from the heart. None of these guys speak from the heart. This is why I don't like politicians, because none of them speak from the heart. Put the fucking script down and talk, you dunce. JD said, Vivid back to steal HJ's whole speech. You know who he is. Somebody from his campaign probably watching right now. This is crazy. What else they got in here about Jacksonville? Let me refresh. Gavin Newsom's weighing in. There go Goldstein.
Call from
Murphy's Law Rescue.
To accept.
Goldstein.
What up?
Yo, it's ugly in here.
What happened?
It's ugly, dog.
What happened, bro?
Listen, hold on. I'm about to send you the video. I want you to watch the video and then call me back.
All right.
All right, it's coming to you right now.
All right.
All right. All right. So I sent the video to Goldstein. He gonna watch it. We gonna get him to call back. What else is in here? There have been, Cernovich says there have been multiple racially motivated shootings, but those didn't fit the narrative and got buried. Nashville manifesto from transgender mass shooter. Jacksonville was not with nonstop coverage. The shooter shot himself. This looks like MK Ultra all over again. Read Chaos. So Cernovich says it's MK Ultra. Lord have mercy. Mayor Donna Deegan on the racially motivated mass shooting. So okay, here's the mayor. Let's hear from the mayor. Let's see how the mayor handled this.
What is your reaction to what you were out at the scene? Your thoughts about how the community is dealing with this? Your reaction to what has hit this community again?
Well, I'm heartbroken, obviously. This is a community that has suffered again and again. So many times, this is where we end up. And there were so many people out today, obviously grieving, upset. It's just something that should not and must not continue to happen in our community. It's too often the same folks. And this type of hate, you know, this type of, you see the SWAT.
Call from
Murphy's Law Rescue.
Yo.
Wow. Wow.
Is it an op or is it an op?
That's an op. That's an op if I've ever seen a goddamn op before. Listen, the only word in the manifesto that he chose to use in a CNN broadcast of this incident was that one.
Word.
The simplest, most basic one that can drill home to people that this was all about hate and that the world is falling a fucking apart because of it.
Facts. With the hard R.
With the hard R.
The hard
That's
R.
The one you use. I'm pretty sure there's far more damning evidence in a manifesto than the word nigger. I'm pretty sure there's a detailed plan and or plot to destroy as many lives as you possibly can that would hit home, but they needed the most simple and basic way to convey that hate is on the rise, especially after yesterday. So let's just dust off this word with the hard R on CNN.
What did I always say? The great black grifting, right?
Yeah.
And it's right here in all its splendor.
I don't know, man, but I just got a feeling. I just got a feeling that it's only going to get worse.
It's going to get so ugly. Niggas better get low. I sent you another video. Watch that one and call me back.
All right.
I sent Goldstein the DeSantis shit. You see, Goldstein peeped it too. I knew he would. Goldstein peeped it too. They use that shit like a bat signal. Facts, Tana. Facts. I'm telling you, the great black grifting, it needs that. You know, and if you really want it to explode, you add the N-word and you add the hard R. That's going to give it all the spices you need. But the great black grifting is when you take the white and the black and you make it fight each other and you get this chemical reaction. Tonight I probably have a dope ass fucking analogy for you, but it's just a fucking chemical reaction, just fucking exploding. And when you add the hard ER, man, this shit crazy. It's their one trick pony. Damn. It's their one trick pony. You're right. You're right. That's exactly what it is. They're a one trick pony. They use the same thing. That's what I be telling people. I'm like, y'all don't see it yet? How you not see the play? They run the same play. Imagine if this was a sports team and the other team ran the same play over and over again and you kept falling for it.
Murphy's Law.
They would say you were the worst team ever. Goldstein, what you think of that, yo? How would you grade Ron DeSantis's response, and what kind of vibes is he giving you?
He gives me a vibe that he's in on it. He gives me a vibe that this, in his head, is going to help his numbers.
You said what?
That this is going to help his numbers somehow.
So it's a campaign play.
Yeah, well, for him.
Right.
I don't know about overall, but for him, yes. He's going to milk the shit out of this. Listen, how in the hell do we have drops this fast from this manifesto? Still waiting on the other one, though. Still waiting on the manifesto.
Big facts. And this one got 3.
Yeah.
This one got 3 manifestos. One to his mama, one to the media, and one to the feds. Apparently they're different manifestos. Huh?
They done come through every last one of them, and already we getting drops from this. Now, like we go over the course of the next week, we're gonna have new manifesto drops every damn day, probably stirring the pot even further. Yep. There ain't no telling what's going to come from this, but I've already seen some tweets where black folks is like, so is it time yet? Can we start now? And you know what they're talking about. So let's see how many of them get elevated to everyone's timeline. Let's see how much of that rhetoric ends up on everyone's timeline when just a day ago and today, everybody was just, yeah, blacks for Trump, niggas for Trump, the hood is for Trump. Let's see how much of that disappears overnight. And
that's done.
More. Yeah, that's done. I want to see what they elevate in its place.
Yeah, that's done. That's There's it's gonna go back to the regular. It's gonna go back to the regular. Black people are dangerous. What about this video of black people beating up? What about this? You're gonna get a lot of whataboutism. I'm gonna say, what about this hate crime of this black guy against this white guy? How come that didn't get media coverage? That's the play they'll go to.
That is the play they will go to. Like I was saying earlier, everybody's going to go back to black culture is the bane of Western society's existence, and then the black folks are going to go back to they're killing us in the streets.
Yep.
All over some random, allegedly random shooting that occurred.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I just know that if you're black out there, get low. If you're white out there, you might want to get lower. Because it's all bad right now.
You niggas better get low. It's dangerous out here. You do not want to get caught in the fray.
Oh man, I got a feeling unaliving season is just getting started, bro.
It's just getting started. And guess what else happened this week? Right after the GOP primaries. GOP primaries, Trump mugshot, Jacksonville shooting.
Oh man. Hey, contact Wendy O. See if she got a line on anything weird with the Fed happening, because all this shit might be a distraction to cover up for that.
Let's take a look. I'll find it. I appreciate the call. I'm gonna search it right now.
All right, bro. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Let's see. Y'all ain't see Goldstein had the same take as me, right? You see that, right? Same take. Y'all see that?
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Oh, fucking the Fed wants to raise interest rates again. That's what I'm seeing on the wire right now. Yeah. He wants to make money more expensive. That's what the Fed is talking about right now. And that's 1 day ago. I'll show it to you. DeSantis was really out here tripping, yo. See it right there? Fed Chair Jerome Powell warns the fight against inflation is far from over. Right? Inflation is still too high. Restoring price stability will likely require an extended period of elevated interest rates. He said it's encouraging that inflation has cooled from 9.1 to 3.2 last summer to last month, which is arbitrary selection of statistics. The Fed is committed to getting inflation all the way down to their target of 2%. It says the central bank has already raised its benchmark interest rate from near zero in early 2022 to just over 5.25% today, in the most aggressive series of rate hikes since the early 1980s. So that's what the Fed is up to. I actually saw Wendy O say this. She actually posted this yesterday. I saw it on her Instagram. Shout out to Crypto Wendy O. Doing too little could allow above inflation to become entrenched. Hey, y'all, don't forget we got the AirDrop. Hold on, we got to come back. We got to come back to the mayor. But if you want to join the Telegram to get that AirDrop, money falling out the sky. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get paid to use the Everything app. If you want to get paid to use the real Everything app, Elon's jealous of this right here, SuperDAPP. The link is in the description box below. If you want to get paid to use that app, hit the link in the description box below. You have access. It'll say access. And then I'll post it in the chat as well. So join the Telegram if you want to get paid to use the new Everything app. That's what I call it. They don't call it that, but that's what I call it. It's the real everything app. Not that fake shit. Not that Fed shit. Not that Fed shit. You know? Right there. Super token coming soon. All right. Let's go back to the mayor.
Stick is on the gun. We might, this type of, you see the swastika is on the gun.
AK Invader, help me, man. Call in, help me, please. AK Invader, please call in. Oh my God. So he put him on the gun. All this shit is so convenient. The N-word perfectly placed. Swastika on the gun. I want to see the gun. Show me the gun. We're going to look for the gun. Hold on. Before we go anywhere, I want to see the Jacksonville weapon.
Call from
Hotep Veda, what up, man?
Yo, man, what's going on? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's up, bro?
All right. Yeah, man. Sorry about last time, bro. My shit dropped out, bro. Being in the mountains sucks. But, man, what the fuck is going on, dude?
You see this shit?
Out every single grip in the goddamn book, bro. This is insane. I got to talk about the Florida thing first, bro, because this is 100% controlled. Like, I don't know who gave, like, do they all have the same writer? Is it like one dude in the basement that's like, yo, remember you got Ron DeSantis today? Hey, don't forget the police chief. Hey, they got it. Dude, they are so similar. Oh, it's racially motivated. Bro, like, it looks like Ron DeSantis literally was his day off, and they told him, like, yo, make sure you do that speech, bro. We got that speech. We just released our asylum dude, our asylum op, and he just, like, lit up the block. You got to make sure you talk about that shit, dude. Like, it was so bad, bro. And I don't know if it was like a case of never let a good crisis go to waste, but without question, bro, it was poorly done. And it looked like he was just going through the motions. Like, it was so shit. And I think this is how dumb they think the public is. I think they got, like, I swear I think they're just using ChatGPT or some shit, bro. I'm all over
it's
the place.
It's the same script over and over again. They've been using this shit for years.
And then this
I knew this shit looked like an AR. I knew this shit looked like an AR. This weapon is an AR-15. Oh, man, they even threw the AR in there, bro. Palmetto State Armory.
And now they're going to bring that back, too. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. They don't even switch up they're using the same weapons, too, bro. Come on, man.
Bro.
Come on. It's crazy that you just mentioned the swastika, because after you recommended me that Shaka Amos video about the relationship between the Nazis and Egyptology, I didn't realize just how pervasive that was over everything, dude.
Over
like,
everything.
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 And it made me realize, like, whoa, Black people are really the sacrificial pawns in everyone's chess game. Like, they really reversed history. Like,
yep,
it's insane, bro.
Yep.
It's insane. But I just had to call in, man, because this is crazy, man. It is really grifting season in the highest form. Like, I'm getting low, bro. I'm getting low.
You better get low. You better get low.
Yo, man. Hotep and Bill, bro.
Hotep and Bill. Yeah, I was looking at the picture of the weapon, and that shit said PA-15. And had Palmetto State Armory. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo, that looked like my AR. That's what my AR looked like. Sure enough, this is an AR-15. They even got an AR-15, y'all. They didn't miss not a single detail. N-word, swastika on the AR-15. And it's not even on there. Like, I thought it was going to have like a cool sticker or something like that. Not even a cool sticker, nothing like just some random white paint. Just hand drawn on. You know, not even professionally done. I thought the swastika would have been, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be some cool artwork or some shit. Just real sloppy like. All right, let's go back. This shit is crazy. AK, go ahead, yo.
We must do everything that we can. We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate. And so, I can't even begin to tell you how frustrating this is for all of us, because we've seen it too much. We've seen it too much. And this, as you know, was the anniversary.
AK, what up, man?
What up, man?
Ain't nothing. Chill out.
Shit, crazy. Fucking crazy. I just gotta say, y'all niggas koofies on way too tight.
They on too tight?
Way too tight. Let me listen. I always am a dude that says I'm open to plausible things, right? But when it feels like there's just too many moving parts that have too much nuance. So let me break down some of my nuance just so you can kind of see where I'm coming from. Number one, okay, when it comes to DeSantis's hasty response, let's make sure that we understand what is the thing that Ron DeSantis has been attacked for the better part of a year, right? This African-American revision to AP studies, right? And that, you know, it's racist, trying to get rid of CRT, all this stuff, right? And so you have a racially motivated shooting days after he's on a big stage where they talk about CRT, and it happens in his state. And his campaign is like, motherfucker, you better put something out there. And they told him to go out there all fucking sloppy to be the quickest and the fastest. And then he throws in the disavow shit because he already knows that the narrative is going to be this white shooter, if he has even a single tweet or fucking Facebook post or Instagram post that he liked of Ron DeSantis's, which someone will find, then they're going to be like, see, this is what your rhetoric is doing. So I think it was sloppy. I think that they should have like at least booked like a fucking conference room. Like if he's on the road campaigning, you're telling me his hotel doesn't have like a conference center so you can at least like not have the wind blowing.
You feel me?
So, but that to me is human error of sloppiness, because let's be real, DeSantis, as much as he should be a front runner, his campaign team has been sloppy, and this is just more sloppy work. So I just wanted to at least throw that piece out there as to like why he put together the sloppy shit, is because it's like, oh, I got to be first, because I guarantee, man, I promise you, they're going to find this shooter liking either Republican or Ron DeSantis shit, and they will fucking run with that shit to try and bury any type of positivity that was coming out of any of the mugshot grifts. So I just want to say that first.
Now you're right.
The second thing I wanted to say is the sheriff, right, that had to fucking drop the hard R, that motherfucker's a Republican, right? And so, like, here's something that I think, okay?
The black dude?
Because, yeah, the black dude. So the black sheriff is a Republican. And so when TK Waters is his name, and like that's the thing with Florida, man. Florida, even though Jacksonville is a large area, and most large metropolitan areas tend to trend Democrat, Jacksonville actually doesn't. It actually trends right of center, at least recently. And so, like, when you think about this, right, Trump has a mugshot thing. Everyone's like the hood for Trump. And then, right, this shit happens in Florida, which could absolutely bury DeSantis if he has a poor response. So they come out like full-throated, like, you know, we're going to tell you how fucking nasty this dude was. We're going to use the most harsh language so you can see that we are against this, right?
Yeah.
And that's the way that I see that framing. Now, I can be plausible. I can say that, hey, there was this trend, as much as we didn't like the grift, like we've been talking about, that like these motherfuckers are doing too extra. I think Goldstein had the perfect tweet. It's not that he cares that white, quote unquote, conservatives want to do the hood for Trump. It's that they're fucking disingenuous, because like you even said just like fucking 10 minutes ago, this is the same group that will say that, you know, hip hop culture or fucking black culture is the reason that the West is degenerate on one breath, and then out of the other breath be like hood for Trump. It's like,
and then sell the T-shirts.
Right.
And then
so
sell
like,
the T-shirts.
But it's not because they're white. It's because they're disingenuous, right? Like,
correct.
So when Goldstein, he tweeted that shit out, that was exactly my point. And I just didn't have the right words. So Goldstein, fucking props, shout out to Goldstein, of him saying that. Like, it doesn't matter that white people can go out there and say hood for Trump, but not the same white people that are bashing, quote unquote, hip hop culture as degenerate and whatever. Is there degenerate shit in hip hop? Yes, but it's an expression of music, and you should keep it in that frame. That's what music is. It's an expression. It's not meant to, you know, be a Bible to live your life by. It's like, this is an expression, and some people feel some real raw shit, and that's just what it is. So you take it for what it is. So I guess I wanted to say that I think that like the DeSantis and has shit, a lot of stuff locked down in Florida. And I bet he was like, listen, we got to come out real strong against this dude, because this might give us some cred back so we can steal some of the thunder back from Trump, because Trump has stolen our thunder. But we all know Trump already had the thunder. All right. The mugshot didn't steal him any thunder. All the mugshot did is it allowed the red whites that don't like hip hop culture, it allowed them to grift, and they grifted hard, because they actually saw, well, maybe there is a chance that we could grow the black male vote with Trump, right? So that's why the red whites, like, they jumped all over the shit, like, oh shit, like there's dudes actually coming out saying like, oh, that they really think this
going
shit.
Viral,
right? Just
triple,
grifting off of it.
quadruple, diamond.
So that's what I see. I see that this response and this harsh language is because DeSantis is trying to rally his troops to try and be like, we have to have a counter narrative to Trump, because it seems like Trump has all the momentum, but I don't think it's going to work. So could it be MK Ultra? It could. Okay, I'm open to it, right? And like you said, when things start to trend one way, all of a sudden you got this quick switch to the other way. Because let's be real, right? Like, there was this momentum trending to the point that I'm like, there's got to be some pollsters taking polls right now, like, because that's the hot issue. Go and ask the black community, what do you think about Trump? And if it comes out that like 30%, that's the end of the Democrat Party, unless Biden or the Democrats can like steal 5% of whites. That's like, the Democrats can't win. If 5% more blacks switch over to voting Republican, a Democrat won't win nationwide. It's impossible. So that's just what it comes down to, right? Is that like, maybe that's part of it, right? So it could be the MK Ultra play. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm just trying to look at it from the other perspective. This is a DeSantis aligned decision to try and get on, quote unquote, on top of it. And like you said, it was fucking sloppy. If you're going to try and come out, you better fucking come out strong, because when you come out sloppy, you're going to get torn apart. And I promise you, the onslaught from the fucking left is going to come against DeSantis. They're going to rip him up and down and say that he allowed this to happen and all this shit just to completely tear it down, and also tear down Republicans at the same time. Because even though they might not specifically go after Trump, unless this guy, which that would be the ultra play. Like, if tomorrow I wake up and I found out that this dude like had a hood for Trump shirt that he just bought, and then he decided to go kill a bunch of black people, that is definitely some MKL shit.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, man, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents there, man, and I love Grift Report on a Saturday, bro. I was shocked, man. I was like, hell yeah, man. And
I would have been here,
Chappelle, bro.
I would have been here earlier. I'm glad I wasn't here earlier, because now we're getting details about all of this. I would have missed this whole grift. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I had to take my daughter back to school, so I wasn't even, when I came back, because we was up early this morning, And then I just came home and took a nap and shit, and just was like, yo, I'll stream at 8 tonight. So I appreciate you tuning in, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. Hey, was it a good set?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good
right.
set. Very, very. I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah. I don't want you to spoil it either, man. I love Chappelle. Like, for
we
real,
had
he's been one of my favorite cats, man. I probably watched the Chappelle show every episode like 10 times, legitimately. It was like my favorite shit.
Yeah, that's just classic. Nah, his yeah, this one is, yeah, it's insane.
All right, bet. All right, man, I'm gonna let you get back at it. Hotep and Bill, brother.
All right, Hotep and Bill. It's like Dave, like, he like pushes the boundary, and I saw him perform last night. Dave was pushing that boundary. I'm like, dang, you just gonna keep pushing and pushing. All right, let's go back to the mayor.
Anniversary of when we had the shooting at the landing, and I believe that was also indicated in the manifesto that he was aware of that, and perhaps chose this date in a
double
Call
dipping.
from
Jonah.
Double dipping ass motherfucker. What's up, man?
No. I was just calling. You know that Showtime did a documentary about Ron DeSantis. That's why he, he has no emotions because, he was spent all his time at Guantanamo, and he's allegedly the one who told them they could force feed people.
Oh yeah, Gitmo, yeah.
I sent you a link though too, right? Because allegedly he's the one who specifically told them that force feed the detainees.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I sent you the link anyways. There is a big documentary that's supposed to come out in January, then someone paid off Showtime to get it pulled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I sent the link, but whatever. He has no emotions because he's like, how do you watch someone get fed up the back door?
Yeah.
and then so anyways.
Yeah.
That was just saying that, like, that guy, no, he's just got no emotions. He's insurgent, as Goldstein says it.
Yeah, he is.
But he's not quite the Irving Crystal of 2020 like Vivek. But hey, anyways, Hotep build.
All right, Hotep build. Hold on a second. My bad, y'all. Let's get back to this tape from the mayor. Hold on. This shit is wild, y'all. All right, my bad, y'all. Where we at now?
because we've seen it too much. We've seen it too much. And this, as you know, was the anniversary of when we had the shooting at the landing, and I believe that was also indicated in the.
Wait, what?
We've seen it too much. And this, as you know, was the anniversary of when we had the shooting at the landing, and I believe that was also indicated in the manifesto that he was aware of that.
Hold on. I gotta turn the filters on. Tools. Change the time. Let's go custom range. And let's start the search from August. No. Let's change this. Let's change that to 2022 to now. Let's see what the results give us. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure you guys can follow me here as I put this together. Let's do this. All right, let's narrow the date down. She said it was the anniversary, so that would be the 26th. The last year was the 26th. I'll make that the 26th. Let's see what we get. Jacksonville Beach. Female male was seen leaving a random. One dad from a shooting Thursday night family party. Okay, this is a family party. Birthday party. Briefly on lockdown. Is this the one she's talking about? Social media shooting threat. Oh, here we go again. Triple dipping.
Jacksonville landing shooting is what it's on Wiki.
It's on Wiki?
Yeah, Jacksonville landing shooting.
Hold on. Jacksonville landing shooting. Oh, shit.
I told you, researcher.
You said what?
I said you need a researcher. You get 40 cents on the dollar.
I gotta hire you ASAP. Jacksonville landing shooting, also known as the Jacksonville shooting, was a mass shooting that occurred at a video game tournament for Madden, August 26, 2018. Lone gunman David Katz shot and killed 2 people and injured another teen before killing himself. Fatalities. It's like 2 fatalities. David Katz lost a few rounds in competition, prevented him from reaching the finals. He'd been acting weird, refused to shake hands after losing the competition. He won $10,000 in a Madden tournament, had a history of mental illness. Thank you for that, Jonah. Thank you. So this is the anniversary. Now, where is she again?
And I believe that was also indicated in the manifesto that he was.
All right, so now we need a copy of the manifesto. Who's got the manifesto? Jonah, where's the manifesto? Where is the manifesto? I still got to get my tweet off. This is the active shooter wearing a bulletproof vest in the parking lot before he sets out for mass shooting at a Dollar General. Thank you. Let's take a look at this.
And BSO is
some random video.
Commit. Oh no, he might do some shit though. Oh yeah, he locking that door. He got that bulletproof vest. And BSO is all the way. Yeah, niggas suspicious. Yeah, it's crazy. Grab him.
Oh, they finna get his ass. I know they finna get his ass.
Commit. Oh no, he might do some shit though.
What? Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. This video footage is before he did the shooting?
Commit. Oh no, he might do some shit though. Oh yeah, he locking that door. He got that bulletproof vest. And BSO is on the way. Yeah, niggas suspicious.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Grab him.
Grab him. Oh, they finna get his ass. I know they finna get his ass.
Commit him.
Wait a second. 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 Yeah, somebody says skeptical face. Yeah. Somebody right here, Jason Comedy says skeptical face. Yeah, I'm skeptical. Like what? There's something. Wait. This can't be that. This can't be. No, this doesn't make sense. Something's off here. Either this video is not of the shooter, and this is like completely unrelated, but it does look like police roll up on him. So did police roll up on him and then let him go? The grifters are out. The race grifters are out. There's a longer.
Identified. Entered a Dollar Tree in the Newtown area of Jacksonville, outfitted with a tactical vest, armed with an AR-style rifle and a handgun.
AR-style rifle.
Then the shooter killed 3 people before turning the gun on himself, taking his own life. Other than the 3 individuals killed and the shooter himself, there are no additional people who suffered gunshot wounds. We are not identifying the deceased victims at this time, but I can tell you that there are 2 male victims and 1 female victim. All of the deceased victims are black. Multiple units from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded to this active shooter scene, as did members of Jacksonville Fire Rescue, our mayor, and city leaders. We are still in the very early stages of this investigation.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Do y'all see what I see? Do y'all see? I want y'all to take a look at this.
So there.
$50 worth of Syscoin. Can you see what I see? You have to notice what I notice. $50 worth of Syscoin. I send it to your Pally wallet. Download Pally wallet. Do you see what I see? Do you notice something? Tell me if you guys, I want to see if you guys spot it. I want to see if you guys spot it. What am I noticing about this? Oh, I think somebody just said it. Oh man, Diesel, you just won $50 worth of super chat, worth of Syscoin. Yup, he found it. He found it over on Rumble. Somebody on Rumble got the answer. Tyler Durden came in next. Tyler, somebody on Rumble beat you, man. Rumble has a faster stream, so Rumble has a head start. Hey, Diesel. Send me Hotep Jesus at gmail.com. Send me your Pally wallet. Put in Syscoin giveaway. Syscoin giveaway in the subject headline. All right. You see that? It's a tragedy in our country. Because what I was looking at, I was just looking at the police officers, right? I noticed how the police officers, naturally, they're in uniform, right? So I began to think about, well, what would I wear? Because I was trying to, all right, so really what I was trying to figure out, like, who are these people standing next to the chief, right? I was like, who are these people, right? So I started looking at them. And I tried to figure out, like, who could they possibly be? Like, maybe one's a DA, you know, because they're not, you know, members of the, you know, family members of the victim, I don't think. So it's probably like somebody who got called in, right? You got called in on your day off for a press conference. You work for the city. You know, you have some sort of job at the city. And this black woman elected army fatigues. Like she's ready for war. Black shirt, army fatigues. Like she ready for war. She gets the grifty of the day. Thank you, Tyler. She gets the grifty of the day. Now, I hope it's a coincidence. I hope I'm just wrong. I hope I'm just wrong. But I just think it's funny that she was like, ooh, race shooting. And I don't think she's doing this because she's pretending. I think she really thinks she's ready for war. Like some shit went down and she was like, ooh, where are my camo pants? Like she was ready. Like she was ready for this. She was ready for the race war. You said the hand too? Yeah. Yeah, you see the hands?
There's a lot of information that we don't know at this time. I will share with you the information that I've been able to verify. The shooter was believed to have resided in Clay County with his parents. He was involved in a 2016 domestic call in Clay County with no arrest. In 2017, he did have a Baker Act. We know that at 11:39 a.m. today, Sheriff Cook gave us information that he left Clay County, headed to Jacksonville. At 1:18 p.m., he texted his father and told his father to check his computer. At 1:53 p.m., the shooter's family members called the Clay County Sheriff's Office. By that time, he had already began shooting in Jacksonville. The Clay County Sheriff's Office, who has been assisting our agency with this investigation, received information after the shooting that the shooter had authored several manifestos, one to his parents, one to the media, and one to federal agents. Portions of these manifestos detailed the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated, and he hated black people. He wanted to kill niggers. That's the one and only time I'll use that word. I want to be very clear that there is absolutely no evidence that the shooter is part of any large group. We know that he acted completely alone. If you take a look at the images on the screen, you'll be able to see.
Damn, that's another red flag. He acted alone. The lone shooter. The lone gunman. You see if there's any Mason pins?
What he utilized. The weapons that the shooter used today are a Glock and an AR-15 style rifle. This is a dark day in Jacksonville's history. Any loss of life is tragic, but the hate that motivated the shooter's killing spree adds an additional layer of heartbreak. There's no place for hate in our community, and this is not Jacksonville. As a member of this Jacksonville community, I am sickened by this cowardly shooter's personal ideology of hate. Homicide detectives are actively investigating this tragedy, and despite the fact that the shooter is dead, they will continue to investigate this until we have a complete understanding of what happened and even why he did it. Our Jacksonville community collectively cries tonight. To the victims and victims' families, our thoughts and prayers are with you now and will remain with you. Please know that in the face of this tragedy, this agency and our city stands with you. We stand united and resolved in our commitment to accountability. We stand united with each other. Those who have personally suffered loss and those who have been touched by this tragedy, we are with you. We stand united and resolved against all forms of hate. And at this time, I'll take any questions that I can.
Sheriff Waters, does the Sheriff's Office consider this a mass shooting, and why or why not?
Yes, it's a mass shooting, it's an active shooting, whatever you want to label it. It's a shooting that should not have happened.
Yo, what's the definition of a mass shooting? Look at the brother right here looking at the camera. You see the brother looking directly in the camera? Like, what?
Under any circumstances. I don't think names of the shooting really matter. What matters is 3 people lost their life today.
Sheriff, there are reports that the suspect may have been seen on Edward Water University at first and then made his way down the road. Can you confirm that? Was the plan to maybe start to go there?
I can't tell you what his mindset was while he was there, but he did go there, and he did put his vest on and a mask on, and then went directly to Dollar General.
Sheriff, did Edward Waters University catch the incident on camera, on their cameras?
That's still part of our investigative process.
How does the community of the Sheriff's Office, everyone that you see side by side, how do you go about healing that process to know that those type of ideologies still exist today? And you said it's not Jacksonville, but I mean, obviously, if there's
Well, you see us standing here together, right? So none of that, that's an outlier. That doesn't represent who we are as a city and who we are as a people, right? Our mayor's here, our political leaders from all over the city are here, and it shows where we stand and how we believe as a community. No, politics aside, none of that matters. What matters is who we are as a community. We stand together as a community. We live together as a community. We fight together as a community. And when someone comes into our city and does this, we're not going to stand for it, and we don't accept it. So we're always going to fight against it.
Mayor, you were out at the scene. Your thoughts about this as you stood among the community?
I'm gonna take this off, Sheriff, because they're not gonna see me behind there. I'm sorry, Dan.
You were out at the scene. Your thoughts about how the community is dealing with this, your reaction to what has hit this community again?
Well, I'm heartbroken, obviously. This is a community that has suffered again and again. So many times, this is where we end up. And there were so many people out today, obviously grieving, upset. It's just something that should not and must not continue to happen in our community. It's too often the same folks. And this type of hate, you know, this type of, you see the swastikas on the gun, we must do everything that we can. We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate. And so, I can't even begin to tell you how frustrating this is for all of us, because we've seen it too much. We've seen it too much. And this, as you know, was the anniversary of when we had the shooting at the landing, and I believe that was also indicated in the manifesto that he was aware of that, and perhaps chose this date in alignment with that. So there's a lot here, but as the sheriff said, this was a
Jonah, where's the manifesto? You got a link to the manifesto? We need the manifesto, bro.
hate-filled crime, and we just shouldn't have that kind of hate in Jacksonville.
Does anyone know what the Baker Act was about back in 2017?
So that's still under investigation also. And before we go any further, I want to give Sherry Onks, the SAC for our local FBI, an opportunity to address you all about a few things. Sherry.
Thank you, Sheriff Waters. First, on behalf of
Damn,
the
I've been
entire
streaming
FBI,
for 3 hours?
I want to express my deepest sympathies to the loved ones of those innocent souls that we lost in today's attack. No life should ever be lost to this kind of violence, and our thoughts are with the families tonight after this tragic event. Immediately upon learning about the shooting, FBI agents...
Jonah, where the manifesto? Jonah.
Yeah, manifesto won't be out yet, but I sent you a local Jacksonville reporting.
All right, I'm about to look at that shit right now.
And
you ain't found the manifesto yet, though?
No, it won't be out yet unless someone else leaked it. You know, on the first day, they're not going to drop it that sloppily.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll wait till something else comes up. Some Hunter Biden shit comes up or whatever. Then they'll wait and drop it then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Now, somebody on the internet, somebody said
the Biden comment is the best in there.
You said the what?
The Biden commenter the question was Biden informed of it,
mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, oh yeah, he's been informed of that. Several other shootings in the last 24 hours.
Exactly. All right, if you see something, let me know.
Yeah, it won't be out, but I'll keep looking.
All right, let me know. Prior to 2020, how many mass shootings were done with AR-15s? Now they are trying to ban them, and AR-15s in every shooting. Sometimes 5K guns. I got my AR. I built mine. I built mine. I got mines out the muscle. I didn't go to the store and buy mine. I put mine together. I love my AR. It's my baby. All right, so we waiting. That's why I hate fake news, man. Like, y'all just be coming out here with fake news. Oh, the manifesto came out here, but not for that one. The manifesto ain't even come out yet. Can someone explain to me how we have this Jacksonville shooters manifesto when the bodies aren't even cold yet? Where's the manifesto? They haven't released the manifesto yet. They've been vocal about the theme of it being pretty racist. We've heard zero about the Nashville one. Yeah, but we don't have the manifesto, my nigga. That's not what you said. You said we had the manifesto. We do not have the manifesto. They talking about the manifesto more than the Nashville manifesto, but we don't have the manifesto. Hate when people do that. Just grifting. Like, you don't got to grift that hard, bro. Like, relax. There's plenty of grift out here. Shorty got on camel pants and sandals. She got on a full Wakanda fit. White male wearing a tactical vest. Two thieves break into a house and this guy ends up inviting them back in to continue beating them. Notice a pattern. What are you talking about, lady? All right, so that's a developing story. You said it's already a Wikipedia entry? Damn, they move quick. Motherfuckers move quick. Hey, listen, man. Make sure you get in tune. You know what it is. Brain booster, master focus. Some people call it massa focus. You know what I mean? Like Tanat was saying earlier, like sometimes you got these things, like we don't do extracts, right? Sometimes, people isolate and extract all types of things, and he says it doesn't work the same. When we were talking about adrenochrome, it's like it doesn't work the same because it wasn't introduced to you with all the other compounds that are around it in its natural form, which is why we go fully herbal. It costs us more, but it's better for you. So memory amplifiers, also working on the gut health. That's your second brain, your enteric nervous system. You know what I'm saying? Brain builders, right? Make them synapses start snapping. Energy booster and mood enhancer. So this is a full 360-degree approach to brain health and boosting the brain, bringing it back to its best form. The link in the description box below. Also, you should see the QR code on your screen right there. It's basically half off. QR code on your screen right there. Help me help you. And it will apply the discount automatically at checkout. Okay? Automatically at checkout. You'll get your brain booster damn near half off, or the link in the description box below. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm gonna be on the prowl. I think I'm gonna prowl the Grift Report on the weekends, man, because you might not be able to do 2 p.m. because it seems like the news comes out a little bit later. But I'm gonna keep my eye out tomorrow. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I might not do 2 p.m. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll see. Follow my locals, Hotep.Jesus, HotepJesus.locals.com. And more than likely, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Where my chatters at? Let me just say bye to my chatters real quick, because today was a wild episode. Said it takes a few days to write something believable, right? Yeah. What'd Jay say? They have to finish typing it? If they release the manifesto too soon, it all goes back to where's the trans shooters? Yeah, also true. Virtue signal on prime time. Last minute chat GBT speech. Dollar General Corp is like, dang, why it gotta be us? Yeah, Dollar General is just you might have to buy puts on them on Monday. Dollar General stock about to tank. What up, Rudy? Yeah, I'm live, man. We had to get the grifting is because they, blacks, started supporting Trump after the arrest. That's exactly what it is, Unc. That's exactly what it is. As soon as we have some unity out here. So Unc hasn't fallen off. Okay, so Unc's still with us. Hours into the investigation and we know he acted alone. You see what I'm saying, Mo? We're just hours into the investigation and they know he acted alone. You see what I'm saying? Tim Pool wants civil war? What? No. Tim Pool wouldn't say that. I don't need the money. But yeah, this is definitely, I believe, has a lot to do, is tied into the fact that yesterday. So wait, so what happens now with your Trump shirts? Does that mean the Trump shirts ain't gonna sell no more? Is that grift dried up since the shooting happened? Has that dried up? That was a one-day grift? Is that what that means? Is that what that means? Somebody in the chat said, let me see one in the chat if you on that master focus. One day we're going to have everybody in the chat going to put a one up. Damn. So the Trump grift has dried up. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It's crazy how so much can happen in 24 hours. So much. The whole world could change in 24 hours. It can do a complete 180 in 24 hours. Trump was an icon in the black community, and just like that, they said, don't you dare try it. JDW, Retro Neon, Design, all on the master focus. Salute. Salute. Damn. Just like that, the country's divided. Don't take much. Great black grifting. Anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be safe, man. Get low. Grifting season's officially here.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock? I have no clue. Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick? They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.